San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs return to action tonight, kicking off their annual Rodeo Road Trip. They'll do that in Los Angeles against the Lakers. Late tip-off tonight at 9:30. In fact, the Spurs won't return to the Frost Bank Center again until March 5th, although they do have a couple of games in Austin at the Moody Center, February 19th and the 21st. And the NBA Board of Governors likely to vote on expanding by 2 teams. Vegas and Seattle are the favorites.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday out there. Oh, don't play that bum.
Well, what are you kidding?
That bum.
Oh, what do you mean? We play them tonight.
He's a bum. Spurs are going to win this game. Without a doubt. No problem at all. Here we go. Welcome to the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel, along with the birthday boy, Jason Minix. Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
What are you, 60 today? Or?
Not even close.
No?
Not. How old are you? I'm finally within a decade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
I'm 53 today.
All right, nice.
53.
Well, congratulations.
You know, there's a couple of months where you're 11 years older,
Yep.
and now you're back to 10.
It's kind of like the same with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
6.5 years, half the year, and then 7 the other half.
It's
weird.
Funny how math works.
Yeah,
it's always that hook that's in there.
I know.
You know, but you'll always have me by double digits, my friend.
I know it.
Until you quit adding to yours.
Well, I'm just going backwards. I'm 36 as far as I'm concerned.
Age is mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter.
I don't give a damn, dude.
Sure as hell don't feel like I act my age. I don't feel my age. I see some people that are my age, and I feel like they look 70, act 70, and I realize you're closer to that. You're not even close. I look at my brother. He's 2 years older than me, and if you saw us together, you'd think he was 30 years older.
I'm having more fun now than I've had my whole life. So
yeah,
I'm
because you're working with me now.
Well, that's the only speed bump in that little roadmap. But I mean, no, it's great. Life is good right now. So appreciate all of y'all being here, and look at all the happy birthday wishes there. Minix on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Give Minix a big happy birthday. It only comes around once a year. February 10th.
210 day.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats. We'll try to make this a smooth show for your birthday. I know James Pledger got you a little birthday present today.
He did. He bought lunch today. Went and got some pizza. And it's funny because I was in early and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to go get pizza." Or he gave me some options. And I was like, "Well, pizza sounds good. So make sure you let Joe know so he doesn't stop and get something to eat on the way in, or make sure he doesn't, surprise us with lunch."
Well, you should have known better than that.
I mean, you did show up with the beer bet payoff yesterday.
I did.
And Pledge 2 hours later calls you, and you were already getting lunch.
Dude, I'm telling you, I am, and I didn't plan to go to Cane's, but I went to Cane's, and I'm there, and I'm in line, and I swear the lady's opening the window, handing me my food, and I get the text from Pledge. And I'm like, well, damn.
You could have said, never mind, refund it.
Yeah. I could have.
You could have.
Yeah.
Sure.
She was a nice lady. I didn't want to piss her off.
No, it's one of. I'm just surprised Pledge didn't tell you immediately when he had this idea that he was buying lunch today.
Well, Pledge is a suit now, and for him to talk to the riffraff like you and me, it takes a while.
Well, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
So, or I got sidetracked.
You got sidetracked.
And my ADHD brain didn't come back around till it was time.
He also said he was going to go get pizza around 11:15, and it was close to 1.
Well, what was it, about 12:15 when I got the text?
12:15,
something like that, yeah. There's still some pizza back there, so during the show I may go enjoy a slice.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Well, good. So it's been a good day for you so far?
Yeah.
All right. Your wife surprised you this morning? I mean,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. That's good.
He knows how big he swings it.
It's a good birthday. Well, that's not what she said. However, Glad the day started out well for you, my friends.
Mhm.
I hate to bring the house down.
Well,
but
then don't.
Some sad news, and we have to say
Oh.
this. We have to.
Oh.
I don't know, and a lot of you may not know who this is, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, but a lady by the name of Mrs. Price, and that's really all I knew her by.
Yep.
Was the biggest Dallas Cowboy fan I knew. And
Loudest Dallas Cowboy fan.
Certainly that, and she was always at training camp. I had many conversations with her over the years, and she passed away today, and so I hate to say that, but R.I.P. Mrs. Price.
Mrs. Price, a super fan, doesn't do it justice. And I promise you, you might not know her. You might not know what she looked like. But if you were at training camp, if you are at Jerry World during a game, you heard her and went, "Who is that?"
Dak!
Because she would scream everybody's name. And her voice pierced everything.
Oh, my goodness.
And, players on the field, she hollers, they respond. I mean, and you name it, and the nicest lady. And everybody on the Cowboys, from Jerry Jones on down, would always go say hello to Mrs. Price.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Cowboys put out a statement today,
Yeah.
obviously wishing, condolences to the family and how much they're going to miss her. So, again, not to bring anything down, but you got to celebrate Mrs. Price because she was spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because last year at training camp, she wasn't there.
That's true.
When we were out there.
That's
And
true.
it was noticeably her voice absent was noticeable. And I did not know she was battling. I didn't know she was 83 either.
Well, no, she didn't look 83.
Yeah, exactly.
She really didn't. Certainly didn't sound 83 either. But no. So kind of a sad day, a little bit, but celebrate her life. She was a good one. And I know a lot of people out there listening, and we apologize, maybe more for Minix and I, but she was a bigger than Cowboy fan than Minix, believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean,
Here we go.
we have some Spurs super fans.
Mm-hmm.
And take that and multiply it by whatever, and you get to Mrs. Price.
She was
And-
something else.
And again, and there are fans, and then there are fans that are there, and she was always there.
Always there. So rest in peace, Mrs. Price. You deserve a good rest. That's awesome. So we're going to talk some Cowboys today because we're already kind of moved on to the off-season mode, and we don't, quite frankly, don't have a lot of time. You got the Underwear Olympics coming up here at the end of the month, so the Cowboys will be scouting out who they want to take in the upcoming draft. We've got a mock draft or two we're going to take a look at today, and then we need to talk some Spurs basketball too because, well, Rodeo Road Trip time already.
They get the Lakers on Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, think about that. That's pretty good.
Well, you get a Lakers team that LeBron called out last night as not being a championship team. No Luka. So Spurs ought to have a good time tonight. And then they've got a back-to-back. They got to go to Golden State tomorrow night. So, and then they get a break.
All-Star weekend.
All-Star weekend. Wow, it's unbelievable. That's coming up. So we got a lot to get into today, and as always, we want you guys and gals to chime in. If you do that on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, easy to find. Like and subscribe our page there if you would. You can comment there. You can get Jason on Twitter at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Reinagel 210, or you can do it the old-fashioned way. Give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Easy to do, and yeah, you can chime in on whatever you want, pretty much.
Absolutely. I mean, it's that easy. Like Matthew, first up on the Blitz. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, Minix.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday, big dog.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Hey, you think people don't listen to you, bro, but we've been listening. We've been listening to you. God bless you, bro. We love you, dog. Happy birthday.
Appreciate you.
I've never heard you described as a big dog.
Well,
I'm
Hey, that's what you are. That's what you are. That is what you are.
Yeah.
You're big dog, Joe. Joe, big dog too, but you're big dog, big dog. Joe TV, big dog.
Appreciate you, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew. We appreciate that.
And it is interesting because my birthday kind of coincides with the radio station's birthday.
True.
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 Not on the exact day, but this station's been around 18 years.
Wow.
And 2008 is when we launched
for
this.
all of them.
Well,
right?
all of them.
All 18,
all day one. I mean,
wow.
Before, I got hired I agreed to the contract in like October of 2007, started in January of 2008, and we launched on AM 1250 back in 2008, a week after the Super Bowl.
No, we have grown.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
then.
18.
Yeah.
On a big old signal now. We got our driver's license at 94.1 where you could, training wheels were off. And
Damn, she's legal now, isn't she? 18.
Yeah, 18. I like the way you think, Ryan Eagle.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, you do.
What the? Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a lot to do.
That was weird.
Oh, by the way, yes, it was. Oh,
I'm
by the
hugging
way,
me.
we have Robert Earl Keen tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be giving away at some point in time during this fine broadcast. So you got to stay tuned if you want to go see Robert Earl Keen at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. We got a lot to do. Let's get to it. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll talk some Spurs basketball right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
The Blitz is live at San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brewing, tomorrow, 2 to 6, craft beers, delicious food, and joining us, the business professionals of San Antonio Networking Mixer. It's tomorrow at Novo Brewing, attached to North Star Mall.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, and the Spurs back in action, kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip. How'd they do against the Lakers, and how will they do against Golden State?
The work continues for the Cowboys. They got to stock the fridge with a bunch of new defensive coaches and talent. We'll talk about how they're going to get there and so much more. It's going to be a fun time. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Spurs kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip tonight with a stop in La La Land, taking on the Lakers. LeBron and company. Bronny. He'll be there, I'm sure. No
Bronny
Luka
has earned
Doncic.
it.
No Luka. And I think there's somebody else that's out for them, too. So a shorthanded Lakers squad, that's for sure. So the Spurs, good opportunity for them to start the Rodeo Road Trip off on the right foot. We've got a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, or we will have a poll up. Pledge is working on that as we speak. Just how do you think they're going to do? And as soon as we get that up there, we'll let you know what the choices are. But
9 games away from the Frost Bank Center, because those quote-unquote home games at the Moody Center in Austin, February 19th and 21st against the Suns and Kings, respectively, that's part of the Rodeo Road Trip, because then they're back out on the road. So 9 games away from home, that's the Rodeo Road Trip. And historically, this is when the Spurs come together. We'll see if Mitch is able to do that with this group that is playing really good basketball. And you know, when the poll question gets up there, we'll give it to you. So get to the YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star, and wait. You know, almost like, you know, you're the dog and you've heard the can opener and you're waiting for Pledge to put the food in the bowl. You can get there and you can wait to vote in our poll that will soon be up on the YouTube page.
Poor Pledge. Feed these dogs, will you, Pledge?
I know.
Jeez.
Their ears are perked. They're ready to go. Their tail is wagging.
They're growling.
I mean, they're sitting. They're doing everything they're supposed to do, waiting to be fed. And Pledge is taking his time.
So as we go into the All-Star break, the Spurs sitting in pretty good shape. They're only 4 games behind Oklahoma City at this point in time. In the 2nd seed right now in the Western Conference. They've got a 3-game lead now on the Denver Nuggets. And then the Lakers are the 5th seed as we sit right now, followed by Minnesota in 6th place. But the Spurs in pretty good shape right now. You know, I mean, is it out of the question they could catch Oklahoma City and secure that number 1 spot?
It's not out of the question, although you could say unlikely. And I know, interesting how things come about. You know, LeBron James last night talking about Oklahoma City after the Lakers had a lead and then blew it and then lost to Oklahoma City 119-110. And, hell, LeBron had 22 points last night. But he said, that's a championship team over there. I have no problem with LeBron and the comments that he made last night in February. I don't know, one, he's not wrong. But 2, you look at this Lakers team, and healthy, they can be a championship team. I don't think any of us would be surprised if, healthy, the Lakers are able to make a run. I mean, right now they're sitting as the 5th seed. I don't know if that was a message to certain guys in his locker room or him speaking the truth, but LeBron's been around the block long enough. He knows his teammates. He knows the guys in his locker room and how to motivate them. And to me, that was no different than Greg Popovich in a December-January game in Milwaukee talking about how his team is soft. He is sending a message. Right now, he is telling his Laker teammates they aren't a championship team. You want to know what one looks like? They just beat our ass. We had that game, and we blew it. And LeBron, partly because he's LeBron, is getting ripped for his comments and also celebrated for his comments. I have no problem with him one way or the other because I think right now it's February. You can say that. If he were to say that in May, down 1-0 or 2-0, I don't know that you say that. You don't get away with it. But in February, no problem with what LeBron said last night because he's 100% spot on with it.
Well, he is. They've got to have Luka, though.
Yeah.
They've got to have Luka. They can't do anything without Luka. He's the heart and soul of that basketball team. LeBron can still put up some points, obviously. I think it's different now. Is it not different watching LeBron play?
Sure.
I mean, it's different. And I don't know. I see all these reels. You see these things where he just gets, somebody breathes on him and he falls down like he got shot or his leg is broken. And it's like, geez, dude, just play basketball, will you?
Yep. I mean,
I think he's a bum.
You could. The poll question is finally up. And it's always a mystery to Joe and I as well on what the poll question is actually going to be. How will the Spurs do on their 9-game rodeo road trip? Undefeated, 1-2 losses, 3-4 losses, under 500.
I like the way you put that, Pledge.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I haven't decided yet how I'll play. I got to look at the schedule. But I just wonder, because I'm going to you got to vote to look at the results, don't you?
Yeah, 1-2 losses right now has the early lead at 85%. 8% of you are straight homers saying undefeated. 8% say 3-4 losses. Under 500 has 0 votes with 15 votes in as we speak.
Well, I don't think
and
they're going to go under 500.
The numbers changing as I was reading those.
Yeah, I don't think they go under 500, but they're certainly not going to go undefeated. They do have a stop in Detroit on this rodeo road trip, and that's a pretty good basketball team in the Motor City these days. So we'll see. I'm kind of leaning to the 1-2 losses, perhaps. I mean, think about that. If they can go 7-2 on this rodeo road trip, you almost solidify that number 2 spot, or certainly in good shape to keep that and not fall any further back. And keep in mind, too, at some point in time here in the very near future, SGA will be back for Oklahoma City.
Well, and that's it. I mean, when you look at the winnable games on this trip, now, granted, you got a back-to-back, but tonight against the Lakers, winnable. Tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors, winnable.
Yep.
And then they get a whole week off because of the All-Star break. You get the Suns, the Kings, the Pistons, the Raptors, the Nets, the Knicks, the 76ers, and that's it. I mean, honestly, 1-2 is reasonable if they're playing championship-level basketball. And again, saying right now, fully healthy with what they have right now, I mean, all bets are off if bad things happen. So let's hope that bad things don't happen. Remember what happened last year at the All-Star break. Everything was fine until it wasn't.
That's true.
And we all learned about thrombone, whatever it's called.
Ah, that's right. Wow.
So, again, but as you look at this schedule right now, it really does. We knew January was going to be tough, and it was. There was a 10-game stretch in January that was brutal, and the Spurs came out the other side in pretty good shape. This rodeo road trip, if they're playing good basketball, which we know they're capable of doing, they could get 6, 7, 8 wins on this road trip. I'm not going to say 9 just because, but 7 is certainly doable on this rodeo road trip if they play to their level and not down too. That's the problem with this Spurs team. They seem to match the level of their competition, which is a bad thing. You want to be a championship-level team? Teams you need to put away, put them away.
Some of these games are going to be fun to watch. I do want to see how they perform against that Detroit squad.
Yep.
And they have them pretty close together. They go to Detroit on this rodeo road trip, then Detroit comes here to San Antonio not too long after that. So that's going to be interesting to see. That Detroit team is playing well. And so there's some matchups on this rodeo road trip I want to see. Look, going to Madison Square Garden is not easy, and that won't be an easy game. Can they win it? Of course they can. But, again, there's some games on this trip that aren't going to be easy games to win. But I'm kind of thinking a 6-3 record. I'd be pretty happy with that.
Well, and again, I mean, anything above 500, but I'm with you. One of the questions on YouTube, AD, who all are they playing? You've got a phone. You've got Google.
All you got to do is go to that little Google machine.
We can only do so much for you.
Schedule.
We just went through them.
Yes.
But if you want days and TV times, Google Box.
Yeah. It's very simple to do, and it'll tell you everything you need to know right there. I'm looking forward to it. I like this time of year because it kind of signals, well, especially once the All-Star break's over, then you got that run to the playoffs. And that's when the season, to me, really gets entertaining and a lot of fun because all of those games after the All-Star break just seem to step up in importance.
And you talk about stepping up in importance. I know last week in San Francisco, I was talking to my friend Doug Kazarian at one of the Super Bowl parties. Then, of course, he joined us on the air Friday.
Yep.
You know, used to be ESPN's gamble guy, and now he's doing his own thing after the network had all their layoffs, right? And as true of a story, and I wanted to make sure we shared it on air the way it really happened because, you know, I didn't want him to come on the air and then blow up Ryan Eagles' Patriot picks like I knew ahead of time because we did not talk Super Bowl at that Shannon Sharp party. We were talking about the Spurs. And it's interesting because how good are the Spurs? Joe and I are planning our vacations for the summer, and now we got to factor in, well, what if they're in the finals?
Yeah.
What if they're in the finals? So June is, you know, for the last 7 years, man, dude.
No problem.
Yeah, May, June, go ahead. Now it's like, man, do you book that now? What if? And that is certainly coming into play.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they're truly finals this year in my heart of hearts. I think they're a year away from that. I think they're going to be a lot like Oklahoma City was 2 years ago, playing great basketball and then punched in the mouth in the playoffs, then come back the next year and win it. But the fact is, Doug Kazarian, other people that we were talking with, it was fun to be in a setting like that where people were talking about the Spurs like it was the old days, when people were talking about a Steph Castle and a Wemby, and, you know, they don't necessarily watch every night. They're not all about the Spurs like we are here, but what they are saying about the Spurs. And it's been a long time in a setting like that. Well, you're San Antonio, and let's talk Spurs. Before, it's like, man, yeah, sucks to be. You know what I mean? It was, and some of the other people that were with Doug and all gambling guys. It was fun to hear that perspective of the San Antonio Spurs.
You hear a lot of people talk, especially national folks. They put the Spurs in the top three. Now, Oklahoma City's still number one.
Yep.
But then you flip-flop between Detroit and San Antonio. So and I'm okay with that. So that's awesome to hear. And when you see, and it's not just Wemby, which is the good thing. You see how Steph Castle is playing ball. And De'Aaron Fox is really starting to come around and play some good ball. And if you get some of these other guys chipping in here and there, and this could be a very difficult team. The thing I like about them, Jason, is the fact that they're back to Spurs basketball, and by that I mean defensively. I'd like to see them take a few less three-point shots.
Yeah.
But defensively, they're back to playing Spurs basketball.
And that's all of it. It's just fun that the Super Bowl is over. And we have the Spurs to look forward to. You know, and I think I'm not alone in this, but, you know, football, and then, you know, I get into the Spurs and hockey, and then, you know, a little baseball, and then, of course, baseball hits the summer months, and, depending on how the Astros and Rangers are doing. It depends on my interest, right?
Right.
But, and you're that way with the Cardinals because, baseball.
The Cardinals are going to suck. I know that already. They're doing the Astro thing where they're just collapsing everything and starting over.
God, this music to my ears. It's so beautiful. It was like Picasso. You want to say that again?
Cardinals are going to suck this year. Even all my friends in St. Louis are saying the same thing. But that'll be a fun team to watch, and you'll see the future just kind of like the Astros did.
It did.
Paid off for them,
Yeah.
so hopefully it'll pay off for the Cards too.
Absolutely. And again, but it's fun having the Spurs in the mix. Yeah. And on the hockey side, having the Dallas Stars in the mix. Good Lord, I have no idea what we were watching last night, but I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Because my wife was like, I want to finish this series that I was watching while you were in San Francisco. And she had 2 episodes to go.
Oh, wow.
And I don't even know what it was, but I'm just like, I know. It was.
Well, dude, let me tell you what I had to watch last night. Selling the OC.
What?
Have you seen that?
I don't even know what that is.
It's about these
Orange County?
Extremely attractive real estate agents.
All right.
Who just, there's a lot of drama, a lot of gossip, and all that stuff.
Orange County?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very,
boys, we've lost control of the remote.
It's entertaining. Just the scenery.
But yeah, we're.
Yes.
But after so long, you're like, all right, this is stupid.
Yeah.
After
a while, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how long she watched that thing, but I fell asleep. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. Look, it is basketball season. We've turned that corner. However, it's always football season, isn't it?
Yes.
And around these parts, you listen to the show, it's always Cowboys related. There's a great article. I think it's the Dallas Morning News or the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, one of those two, talking about the 5 things the Cowboys must do to become Super Bowl contenders. If he's found the secret to those 5 things, that'd be awesome. Nobody has done that in 30 years. But there is always hope for this year. We're talking about it. We continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
For decades, Rudy's Barbecue has been serving San Antonio incredible barbecue. They've also been a legacy community champion, and now it's no different. Every time you visit Rudy's Barbecue, you're invited to make a $10 donation to the Puppy Food Bank, and Rudy's will give you $15 in free barbecue on your next visit. So head on over to Rudy's Barbecue for a great meal and help the Puppy Food Bank support pet rescue shelters at the same time. This Rudy's Barbecue offer is a doggone good deal.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Well, I hope nobody has plans tomorrow because you shouldn't have. The only plan should be to join us out at Novo Brazilian Brewing. That's where you need to be. It's attached to North Star Mall. That's where the Blitz is going to be tomorrow, doing the show from 2 to 6. But the cherry on top, Jason, is the fact that we have a pair of tickets we're going to be giving away tomorrow to go see Posty, as in Post Malone, and Jelly Roll.
So we get Posty and Jelly.
Posty and Jelly. That's not bad, huh?
Posty and Jelly.
Sounds pretty good.
Dude, that's going to be a hell of a show. And do me a favor. Go look at ticket prices for that show.
Yes.
Call John over at Awesome Tickets and see what tickets are for that show. And know that we've got free tickets that we are going to give away. It's going to be a hell of a show. A hell of a good time. I've heard nothing but good things about Novo. I haven't been there personally. You have a couple of times. You went once and went back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And everything that I hear about this place is incredible. I can't wait to go.
Yeah, it really is a cool place. Very unique place. But the food is great. And like I say, they've got a full bar. They've got all kinds of craft beers. They've got regular beer, too. I mean, anything that you want is out there, but the food is fantastic. So, and then if you know, the TV's everywhere. So, all of that. Come make plans because, look, here's the catch on those tickets. You got to register in person. We're not going to be giving these away on the phone or on YouTube. Or you've got to come and register in person to have a shot at those tickets. So make plans. Novo Brazilian Brewing Company. It's attached to North Star Mall. It's easy to find. So come on out and party with us tomorrow.
So you found it? Okay.
No problem.
No problem?
No problem.
Then you can find it.
Absolutely.
We'll be out there tomorrow, 2 to 6. Come hang out with us. We'll probably talk a lot about the Spurs, Lakers that are playing tonight. Then, of course, they've got Golden State tomorrow night. And, of course, how do we fix the Dallas Cowboys? And Joseph Hoyt and a handful of other Dallas writers had a chance last week to visit with Jerry Jones. For about 30 minutes or so, Jerry did a little press meeting with just writers at the Four Seasons Hotel right before the NFL honors. And one of the questions that Joseph Hoyt asked, great question, pretty simple. How do you get back to the Super Bowl after 30 years? Jerry's answer, I didn't expect necessarily these teams to be in this game, but I saw how they got here. Now, if you've been following Jerry for any length of time, and if you're listening to this show, you have. If you've covered Jerry for any length of time, and between the two of us here, since he bought the damn team.
Yes.
That answer speaks volumes because Jerry's paying attention. And everything that Jerry has done this offseason feels off script for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
From the way they went and hired their defensive coordinator to just a little bit of everything, the way they fired the previous defensive coordinator. It just feels like maybe, just maybe, Jerry Jones is going to approach this offseason differently than he has the last 30 because it hasn't worked. And maybe he's finally seeing that. I didn't expect necessarily these teams to be in this game, but I saw how they got there. Now, that means spending big because both Seattle and New England in free agency spent a couple of dollars and brought in a combined 29 players. Guaranteed money for those free agents, about $333 million.
And that's what you got to do. I know the Patriots really went out and spent a lot of money on free agents. And look, that team is going to be pretty good, I think, for years to come. Now, Super Bowl back, who knows? But I think they'll be in the mix. Seattle, I think they probably will be too, although I think they've got more questions than New England does at this point in time. However, if Jerry sees that and he can find a way to get some money, and from everything I see with some of these contracts that he can redo, he can about $100 million to spend or so.
They can free up about $100 million in restructures. So while not right now, you might look in Google and it will say that they're about 30 in the hole on the cap. That's today. They need to free up money. They can, and a lot of it.
Yeah, about $100 million. Now, obviously, the first thing is Pickens, George Pickens. What do they do with him? By all indications, they're going to put the tag on him, which is $28 million, by the way. So I would think if the Cowboys have designs on keeping Pickens, they're going to want to change that franchise tag into a contract before the season begins to make sure that they have enough money to do that. So we'll know really quick, I think, within a month or so after this tag is applied, what they want to do with George Pickens. Are they going to put him out on the market and try to trade him, or do you sign him to a contract? Either way, I think that's got to get done quick. I don't think they want to go into the season with him on the franchise tag.
No, and again, if Jerry has learned anything, I don't want to feel like a broken record all offseason, but if you tag him, guess what? It's going to cost you more next year. And it's good. The longer you wait, the more it's going to cost you. And I can already hear Jerry saying, well, the things I value most, I overpaid for, right? I mean, rinse, repeat. It doesn't feel like we're going to have that kind of offseason from Jerry Jones. Just listen to his words. Now, his words have to turn into actual actions, but at the start of this offseason feels different. And so, yes, they will apply the tag to George Pickens. That's going to be a formality because they are not going to allow that guy to become a free agent and let other teams talk to him. Now, could they trade him? Could he get aggressive in that area? You still have picks and everything that you got from the Micah Parsons deal. How aggressive is Jerry going to be in signing free agents to real money and not, the Dollar General guys that they've been able to get on the fourth or fifth day of free agency, not guys that were high draft picks that have been bust to this point, and let's give them a one-year prove-it deal, and, that works out less than 50% of the time. Javonte Williams worked out. Will they re-sign him?
That'll be an interesting question. It really will be. Look, if I'm Jerry Jones, if I'm Brian Schottenheimer, Pickens is important. Don't get me wrong. And I understand why you would want to keep him around. But if they don't fix that defense, they can have every all-star on the planet playing offense, and they're not going to win. And so to me, the main priority has got to be retooling that defense and spending most of your money on that side of the football. I just think they have to. There is no way this team wins games. I don't care how good Pickens plays or CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott. Doesn't matter. You're not going to outscore every team every single week. Just ask Joe Burrow. Hell, you can ask Dak Prescott because he's been in that position before.
Yeah, again, you went out and you hired Christian Parker. He is a defensive back, cornerback specialist. Who's going to be the project for Christian Parker? I don't know that guy's on the roster. Who can they go get? Is they got to replace Diggs. You look at what they have, and there's question marks there. I don't know that you have a solidified stud, even though one's getting paid that way, in that secondary right now. It will be interesting to see what Christian Parker truly thinks of Deron Bland and Ravel and what they have in the secondary, but that's what he's known to do, so you got to go get him some weapons. You got to go get Christian Parker what he needs to be successful. So it will be interesting to see how they handle that, whether it be through trades, and again, they've got the trade capital, or through free agency.
Well, I think it's got to be a combination of both. I mean, I really do. You look at that defense, and there's a lot of work to do. Now, the defensive front line is pretty good. You got a good foundation there. Your linebackers, depending on what Overshown does and how he develops, it need a lot of work. You talked about the secondary, needs a lot of work. Rushing the passer needs a lot of work. So there's a lot of holes to fill on the defensive side of the football. And again, if it's me, if I'm the GM and Jerry let me play that for a couple of days, I don't even know that I'd look at the offense until I fix that defense, or at least got a few pieces in place.
And again, there are some things on the offensive side they need to make sure. And I just look at, like George Pickens, don't let the dude hold out, get him signed, get him taken care of. Because we know what it was like when CD held out. And Brian Schottenheimer in running the football. And go back to the conversation we had Friday with Emmitt Smith. It all starts with the run game. It's true. Now, when you're hearing that from the all-time leading rusher, you might say, well, of course you're a running back. You're going to go with it. But go back and listen to the interview we did with Emmitt Smith on Friday in San Francisco. You had a legit running back that made the offensive line better, that made the passing game better.
Yep.
And believe it or not, it helped the defense because of time of possession.
Sure.
Even though the defense was awful, could you imagine if they were 3 and out and that defense was out there that many more snaps? It is amazing what a legit running game can do. Now, the part that I thought was interesting is all week in San Francisco, most people were high on Javonte Williams returning.
Yeah.
But there were a couple that thought that you could go get a better running back than that there would be other running backs that are going to be available on the market, and that would be an upgrade over Javonte Williams. So it'll be interesting to see what Will McClay and the scouting staff come up with when it comes to the running game, but they know they can't ignore it. They've tried ignoring the running back, and it didn't work. I don't think they will continue to ignore the running game.
That's a quarterback's best friend, right? A good running game most of the time. So yeah, I agree with you. You got to do something there. You've got your tight end in place. You've got CeeDee Lamb. Regardless of what you do with Pickens, I think if they decide to trade him and they come up with some more draft picks, then I wouldn't be upset with that, to be totally honest with you. I know most Cowboy fans, it was kind of like with Micah Parsons. Oh, can't get rid of that guy. Can't do it. Got to keep him. I'm not in that boat. I think if you got a hell of a deal, and there are going to be some teams out there that would like a George Pickens. Buffalo comes to mind. New England comes to mind. You could probably go down the list. for teams that might want a guy like George Pickens that might be willing to just give you everything that you're asking for. And if that's the case, then we'll see what Jerry does. But I might say, okay, sorry, George, it's been fun.
I'm with you. He is your third-round pick this year, George Pickens. If you're able to flip him and get a lot in return, with what we saw from Ryan Flanoy at the end of last year, and knowing the number of receivers there, none of them are going to be as good as George Pickens. They're just not. But could you, I don't want to say improve the offense, but keep the offense close to the same level without him? That becomes the million-dollar question. And what are you getting in return? Those are called RPPs. That's a rich people problem for Jerry Jones. If you can get a haul for a George Pickens. First thing, though, is and again, you're choosing George Pickens with the franchise tag. So Javonte Williams, who they say is a priority. Steven said they've already kind of started conversations with him, which says he's a priority. But because he is a free agent, the Cowboys, and damn well they have this, they've got their contingency plans because Javonte might get an offer that is out of the budget range for the Dallas Cowboys. And if he's able to, great. I don't think the Cowboys are going to overspend on a Javonte Williams. But you better have a list of running backs that you think are better and therefore and also cheaper than Javonte Williams that you can go get. Because you can't go into next season going, all right, well, Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa, we drafted them for a reason.
Yeah, no.
And Malik Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You can't go into the season with those three as your running backs.
No. Look, first of all, Jaden Blue's not an every down back. He's just not in the NFL. I just don't see him as that type of runner. You need a guy that can handle the ball. I love to see Jaden Blue come in and change of pace. Third down guy, throw him the football, trick plays, whatever the case may be. But to me, he is not an every down back. You got to have that every down back. And I love Javonte Williams. I know we heard from a couple of people while you were up in San Francisco that weren't real high on Javonte. But I like him. And, again, I think you're right, depending on what the price is for him. Hell, they let Tony Pollard walk because the Titans paid him $30 million over 3 years. So is $10 million too much for a running back as far as the Cowboys are concerned? I guess we're going to find out. And will Javonte command that? I mean, anything's possible depending on what the rest of the league says.
And that's the hard part is the running back position is kind of on that swing right now. It was so devalued, and then you realize, well, we got to have a running game. And then it's kind of swinging back. Tony Pollard and Javonte Williams, I'm not looking at their stats side by side, and it's hard to compare what the Tennessee offense was and what the Cowboys offense was because those are two completely different things. But,
no comparison.
But you got the kind of the same production. And can you get that with another guy that's like a Javonte Williams? I mean, that was a guy who dealt with some injuries and was on a prove-it contract, and he proved it. Are the Cowboys going to reward him, or are they going to let somebody else pay him?
Yeah, either way, he's getting paid.
But there are going to be other running backs that are going to be on the free agent market. One of them was just winning a Super Bowl. And so if you're going to give $10 million to somebody, do you think it's going to Walker or do you think it's going to Williams?
Look, if you could get a Walker, and I don't know how old Walker is. Is he approaching 30? I want to say that he is, and he's getting up there. So maybe that could be a detriment for him, depending on where he wants to go, or is Seattle willing to bring him back? The only knock on Walker is he's not much of a pass catcher and not much of a blocker. He runs the hell out of the – he's only 25. Okay, I thought he was older than that. Thank you, Pledge. Hey, if you've got a Jaden Blue and a Phil Maffa who you can use as a change of pace, I think a Walker would be fantastic. But he is a Super Bowl MVP now, and how much money is he going to command?
I mean, Breece Hall's a unrestricted free agent. Travis Etienne, Rico Dowdle.
Rico coming back to Dallas.
J.K. Dobbins, Najee Harris, Rashad White, Tyler Algier. I mean, there are some backs out there. So, and that actually probably works in the favor of the Cowboys if Javonte Williams truly wants to stay in Dallas, because Breece Hall obviously is going to command the most money, I would think.
You would think so. Or Walker, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have that MVP Super Bowl attached around his head, so that could be a different story. So it's going to be so much fun, I tell you what. But the Cowboys, to me, Jason, and I don't know if you agree or not, but they have got to fix that defense. To go from just god-awful, which they were this year, to at least mediocre to good. And if they can do that, I think this team's got an opportunity, certainly to be a hell of a lot better than they were this year.
Well, that ain't going to be hard to do. Can they be worse?
God-awful, I think, is a pretty good term for that defense.
It's accurate.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's accurate.
Yeah. Lots to do and lots to talk about for sure. A lot of bets being made on the Super Bowl, and all the casinos in Las Vegas and Nevada are very happy about that. And Sam Darnold got screwed by the state of California. We're talking about all of that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, I got to talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. You know I love talking about Stevens Roofing. Great family-owned company. Local company, the company that's been in business since 1983. Now, you heard me right, and I shouldn't even have to say anything else. That sold. If I need roofing, 1983, they've been in business for a long time. Nothing else to say. I tell you what, and that is impressive. It certainly is impressive. But get this. They've added solar to what they do. And if you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, who better to call than Stevens Roofing and Solar? There is nobody better to call. 210-785-0994. I tell you what, they'll put a plan together just for you, and they'll make sure that you're happy, and it's exactly what you want for exactly what you want to do with it. If you think there's something wrong with your roof, Stevens Roofing and Solar, the company to call. They'll send a crew out to your house. They'll inspect your roof for free, and they'll let you know if there's anything wrong with it. And if so, they'll tell you how they can get it fixed and get it fixed right. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 prescriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
For 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Well, the Spurs return to action tonight. They're kicking off their annual Rodeo Road Trip in Los Angeles against the Lakers. Late tip-off out in La La Land. They'll tip it at 9:30. Spurs won't return back to the Frost Bank Center again until March the 5th, although they will have a couple of games in Austin at the Moody Center, February 19th and the 21st. And Oklahoma City Thunder being investigated by the NBA because they sat 10 players against the Spurs.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope it's a good Tuesday wherever you are, however you're spending your Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel, and we got a little birthday boy over here named Jason Minix.
210.
210.
Yeah.
You're 210?
No.
Oh.
It's February 10th.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because you kind of look 210. I don't know.
Dude, you're 10 years older than me.
I know, and you still look 210.
Yeah. What does that make you, 250? You're like as old as the country.
That's right.
I mean, they're celebrating that for you now.
Hey, I was with old George Washington across the Potomac.
Uh-huh. Doesn't surprise me.
We are happy to have you along on Minix's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday if you haven't done so already. I know a lot of you have, and I know he appreciates that.
I appreciate that, absolutely.
Pledge brought him a pizza for lunch today.
I know.
I was out in the hall just a minute ago, and even Dax was asking about that pizza, our boss.
You told him no, he couldn't have any, right?
Well, I didn't say that. He said, where'd you get it from? And I said, I don't remember the name of the place. Pledge would know that, and you need to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did he just go in and snag a slice?
He may have. I don't know. What am I going to say? He's the boss.
I'd say no. It's not for you, dude.
I'm just saying.
It is always interesting when you've got stuff in the office that it miraculously disappears, right? Like
of course.
I had some ribs in there yesterday that were going to Pledge, and by the time Pledge got them, there were about 3 ribs short.
Well, that's okay.
Well, except for Pledge.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, are you kidding me?
What?
Yeah, how much you feed this guy about, I don't know, 5-6 days a week, don't you?
I not quite. At least 5 unless he's ever at the house on the weekend.
Right.
But leftovers go to Pledge. And
I think Pledge gets taken care of around here between you and me sometimes.
And Morgan and everybody.
Yeah.
If we don't feed Pledge, he doesn't eat. He's like the stray cat. You got to, and there's a rule. You don't feed stray cats. Let me use a different example. It's like a bearded dragon. He can go days without eating, but when you feed him, he's going to devour it.
A bearded dragon.
Do you know what that is?
Well, I've heard many definitions of a bearded dragon. So,
like I said, if you don't feed it.
I've seen, yes. Well, exactly. They turn mean.
That'd be the kitty.
Dude, we still have a food tray where we come in with the employee entrance here to the radio station. Is there still a stray cat walking around here?
Yeah, Pledge feeds all kinds of stray cats.
And why hasn't AJ cooked that thing yet? Because that's probably what he did with the other one.
He's trying to fatten it up?
I don't know. But I walk by that thing every day, and it's like, well, there's food in there, but it doesn't look like anything's eating it. And I'm surprised when I'm like a bunch of raccoons and rats and everything else up there.
Well, I'm sure we
feasting
do.
On that
I'm
stuff.
sure we do.
I think they wised up to the game of the last one. They tried to catch the cat by feeding it last time, and all the other cats kind of caught on.
Who puts the food out there for
the morning people?
So AJ?
Either AJ or Vic. The food's
I
in
noticed
Vic's
you didn't say
drawer.
Rob, and that's obvious. And I can almost guarantee it isn't Vic either.
Rob's a lot like me. Sometimes I think if he's not told, he'll forget to eat too.
No, Rob doesn't forget a meal.
Rob's not going to forget that. I
Rob,
promise you.
Rob doesn't forget a meal.
No, he's going to eat.
He forgets a lot of things.
Well,
he doesn't forget
food.
to eat. I know last week in California, I mean, he was on a different, even though we were sharing the same Airbnb, we were on different trips. We would get home after work and you're starving. And Rob's like, no, man, I Uber eated this and I Uber eated that and I Uber eated this. And he got his nap in, but he didn't miss a meal. He didn't sleep through anything. Trust me. He's not going to forget to eat. Feed a cat? Sure. But Rob himself is not missing a meal.
I did. Do you like cats?
No.
No. And they're fine if you like cats.
No, they're not. They're cats.
They are. They're just kind of a...
But feral cats, now around here, because we got that field,
yeah,
they serve a good purpose.
Well,
which means we don't need to feed them.
There's a lot of rats out there.
Probably.
I'm sure.
Probably.
Little squirrels and all kinds of goofy stuff out there.
Every now and then along Austin Highway and in some of the roads around where the radio station is, when they come in and they cut the grass, you realize people live back there. I mean, they live on the other side of the weeds. Like, you see, like, man, that's somebody's living room. What the hell?
What the hell was that jumped in the courtyard that day?
It was it wasn't a fox.
Maybe it was a fox.
Yeah, it was a fox, wasn't it?
It was a fox, yeah.
I
don't know how the hell it got in there,
well,
but
climbed the tree, got on the roof, and...
Pretty damn impressive.
He got in, but couldn't get out. Watching them try to catch it was entertaining as hell.
It really was.
We
guy,
safely released it.
He set up a trap for it, and it finally went in there, and they released it out into the wild, unharmed, which is very nice. Yeah.
Let's do the headline blitz. Maybe.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
I won money on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
Such a liar. That felt so sincere. Nevada Sportsbook's profits and handle were down for this year's Super Bowl by about 20%.
Well, and I think it was just because it was one of those games. There was nothing sexy about it. The NFL did everything they could to try to make it sexy, but there was just nothing sexy about it. Mike Vrabel, they tried to make out as the savior of the Patriots. Drake May, the second coming of Tom Brady, but nobody bought it. And I think that was a big part of that.
According to these reports, Nevada won last year Nevada won a record $22.1 million. This year they only won $9.9 million, so a drop of 11.7%.
Hey, we sit here and say, "Oh, poor babies," but that's a lot of money for those guys. To lose out on that, but. Yeah, it was odd, and look, some of us thought New England was better than they turned out to be, and then others, well, won money and beer.
Sam Darnold won and lost all at the same time because of the idiotic tax rules in California. When you are on the Super Bowl winning team, you get a $178,000 bonus because you're not getting your salary, and all of them did. But you pay a percentage of your taxes are based on your actual salary, and then they have what they call a duty tax for the days that you're in California. They spent 7 days in California, and the number's probably higher than what's being reported because this is just Super Bowl week. They play San Francisco and L.A. during the regular season. So those taxes are even more, these jock taxes that they have. So for his California taxes for his week of work in California, he's going to have to pay about $249,000.
Which means he lost, about, $50,000?
Well,
70 grand,
70 grand.
whatever. Yeah. $70,000. So instead of getting a check for $178,000, he's got to pay the state of California $70,000 plus.
Mm-hmm.
How ridiculous is that? And that's an unknown. And I don't know if a lot of people know that, Jason. I learned about this a long time ago, and I'm sure you did too. Where the Spurs travel, that is a game check, or football teams. So wherever that game check is earned, they have to pay the taxes of that particular city and state.
Yep, it is dumb. Now, Sam Darnold's case is a little bit different. So all the players, because the bonuses are classed as regular income, meaning federal tax will be paid on it. So projected, they'll take home between $89,000 and $109,000. So each player is going to lose about $67,000 in taxes. But Darnold is a different story because he is a California resident, meaning he is set to pay even more because he makes his home in California, which tells me his advisors are idiots. He needs a mailbox in Montana or something like that.
Or Texas or Florida or somewhere like that where there's no state income tax. But I saw that story, and I'm going, that's just not right. The dude gets a bonus, and he ends up costing him money. That's just horrible.
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he will be. But
it does kind of sucks. Win the Super Bowl and lose $71,000.
Yes. Awful.
Taxes.
Awful.
Taxes. Hey, honey, here's my check, and out the door it goes. And by the way, we got to add stuff to it.
Yeah, give me our checkbook. I got to write a check.
I can tell you now, if you ever win a free car, it's really expensive. Really, really expensive. Now, because you win stuff and you think it's yours, and it should be perfect. The Olympics are underway, and there's a medal problem. Some of the medals are breaking.
Wait a minute. The medals are breaking.
The medals are breaking.
Those things aren't like, I don't know, gold-plated or silver-plated?
They are, and apparently they are heavy. USA Today says the cords on the medals are fitted with a breakaway mechanism reportedly required by law. The medal's built-in system is designed to release if it gets pulled by any force to keep somebody from choking, because apparently they must think these are going to 5-year-olds. But players athletes are winning them, like Breezy Johnson. She said, man, don't jump up and down with your medal because it will break on you.
That's awful.
So now the Olympic people are trying to figure out how to fix this before it gets too late, although it might already be too late.
Well, I hope they're going to give them another medal. I mean, if your medal breaks, you should get another one.
You should.
That should be on the Olympic Committee.
But it is kind of interesting.
We're going cheap.
Well, and we'll ask, because we've got an Olympic gold medalist that's going to join us in about 20 minutes from right now, Jimmy Fagan, who was announced today as a member of the 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class. He's got a medal. He's got a gold one from 2016 and a silver one from 2017. We'll ask. I mean, has it ever broke on you? What do you do?
Well, and I always thought, I don't know why, and now that you think about it, it would be expensive as hell, but why wouldn't they be like solid?
Well, they are solid. I think it's the...
I know, but like solid gold.
I think they are. I don't know. We'll ask. But there's something on them that's breaking, because I know, like Josh Davis, everybody in San Antonio has had a chance likely to put those medals on. He lets everybody wear them and take pictures with them, and he's had them stolen and returned and all of that kind of stuff. But there's something about these. Now, the Olympic Committee says there is a solution, a fix, and they're trying to get that ironed out so the crap medal doesn't become the overall story of the Olympics.
Well, that's a damn shame. I mean, it really is.
It really is.
It's a damn shame. Mm-hmm. A lot of people watch Bad Bunny's halftime show.
Record 133 some odd million people watch.
Yes, and apparently a lot of those people had to pee really bad afterwards.
Well, it's halftime, but they watched Bad Bunny instead of going to the restroom.
I don't get that, because it takes about 15 minutes to set up all that crap in the middle of the field. You got plenty of time.
Well, it depends. Now, this is out of New York City. So in the 5 boroughs of New York City, at NYC Water, tweeted out a significant reduction in water usage throughout the 5 boroughs during the Bad Bunny halftime show. But in the 15 minutes right after the show ended, there was a spike usage equivalent to 761,719 toilets flushing at the same time in New York City.
Wow. Well, I'm glad their sewer system held up.
Exactly.
It's a good thing.
But it's just people, I mean, maybe at the beginning they didn't want to miss anything, so they waited till after.
I guess.
Bad Bunny.
I guess. I didn't wait.
Well, you can't wait.
Well, that's true, but I wouldn't have anyway.
But you can't.
I wouldn't have waited. Come on.
Even if you wanted to.
Right.
Could have been Livy Dunn, and you would have been like, I got to go. That's what the pause button is for.
I might have stuck around for that, depending on what she was doing.
Does it matter what she's doing?
Not really.
No.
No. Not really. No, it doesn't.
It'd have gone before and after for different reasons.
Jason saw Livy Dunn in San Francisco.
I know. I saw that.
Sent you boys pictures?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. It's funny that you did that, and then my wife looks on my Instagram. Livy Dunn, who's that? I'm like, oh, just some girl, honey. Minixar. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. We better get the hell out of here before I get in trouble. Let's take a look at one of those
hard. Yeah, hard.
Pro Football Focus mock drafts. Who your favorite team is. And then, of course, we've got Jimmy Fagan coming up at the bottom of the hour, about 3:35 or so. We'll talk some Olympics with him and congratulate him on becoming a San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewing Company, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 60 feet of LED video walls and 80 craft beers and kombucha on tap. Novo is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. If you haven't checked out the new Novo Brazil Brewing Company attached to North Star Mall, what are you waiting for? We're talking craft beers and kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens. This is San Antonio's newest sports watching destination. It's Novo Brazil Brewing Company's first Texas location and is conveniently attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. Fresh Novo Poke Nachos, Picanha Prime Sirloin, burgers, and more. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, You can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
This is the home of the Aggies, and this is Andrew Monaco. You're locked on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, here's something real quick before we get into the mock draft that would have made my my good friend Marcus Floyd very upset. Photographer at Kens 5 that I worked with for over 18 years. The NBA is planning to invite over 200 influencers to All-Star Weekend in L.A. to help create content across broadcasts, in-arena entertainment, competitions, and fan activities.
Mm-hmm.
Or activations, I should say.
Yeah.
Those people just get in the way.
They do.
I mean, they just get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks, Adam Silver.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty happy we're not there.
But they're able to do things that you or Marcus wouldn't be. You know, that Peyton Toubre that we had on the show on Friday.
Well,
see all the access she was able to get?
Well, dude.
Yes.
Okay, if you look like that in a dress, you get that access too.
I'm just saying, influencer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Fagan will join us in about 15 minutes or so.
Yes, he will.
Let's talk some mock drafts because it's almost mock draft season. Well, it is mock draft season.
It is mock draft season.
And I know I say this every time. I hate mock drafts. I consume mock drafts. It's like an addiction. I hate them and I love them. But it all is always interesting when you look at where people are thinking. And again, it's spaghetti on the wall. People will put out thousands of them and then say, well, I was right. In mock draft 14, I had that player going to this team. Pro Football Focus has a couple versions out today. Sonny Styles, linebacker at number 12, going to the Dallas Cowboys.
And I've seen that in the majority of mock drafts. Now, you've mentioned one today that doesn't have him going to the Cowboys with the 12th pick, but most of the other mock drafts I've seen, and that to me seems like a good. I mean, that guy's a hell of a player.
Well, yeah, absolutely a hell of a player. And at 20, Cassius Howell from A&M coming to the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, I think I speak for every Cowboy fan. I wouldn't be mad at that if that's how it were to work out. One of the other ones, though, that Pro Football Focus has, that one of their writers individually has, they've got from Auburn, Keldrick Falk at number 12 coming to the Cowboys. Sonny Styles dropping all the way to 15 to Tampa Bay. Cassius Howell at 14. And C.J. Allen, linebacker out of Georgia, going to the Cowboys at 20. Huh. And so you get a lot of the same names, obviously, but different spots because, you know, we were talking earlier while eating pizza that Pledge brought today. If Sonny Styles is available at 12, that would be a bit of a surprise. This one, they've got him dropping all the way to 15, which is kind of interesting.
Well, it's a good defensive draft. It's not a good quarterback draft this year. Offensive, there's some good offensive players in there mixed in, but this is a good defensive draft, and I don't think it could have come at a better time when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys and what they need. They have an opportunity to get two really solid players in the first round of this draft, and they're going to have to make them pay off because they don't draft again until the fourth round. So you got to hit on these two in the unless they trade or do something in the meantime. But you got to hit on these two guys.
Well, and that's it. Will they make trades to get a second or a third round pick? They've got the two in the first. The chances of them hitting on both aren't high. The chances of hitting on one are about 50% in the first round. Now, and it's always comical when you go back and you look, because this time of year, they all look like they're going to be hits. You know, especially anybody in the top 20, top 15. They all should work out, should being the key word. We know they don't. You know, it's about 50% that who you get in the first round is actually going to be a hit. That is the overall average hit rate in the NFL. So we say the Cowboys have two. So if one is that, you just can't swing and miss on both of these. And you can define hit rate however you want. You're taken in the first round, first two rounds, typically you're expected to be an impact player as a rookie.
Well, absolutely,
you know, third,
yes.
fourth, fifth round guys, not necessarily. So you're looking for two guys that should be day one starters for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they should be, but the Cowboys haven't exactly hit on some of these first-round picks. Mozzie Smith is a good example. Tyler Guyton, I think the jury's still out on this guy. Now, Tyler Booker, good pick. It looks like he's the real deal. So that's kind of the odds you're talking about in a way. 1 out of 3 that you took in the first round so far. Although I will say, and just to be fair to Guyton, the jury's still out and he still has some time. But you're right. I mean, the whole draft is a crapshoot. It really is.
I mean, you look at last year, Booker, Ezaraku, and Ravel were your first, second, and third round picks.
Mm-hmm.
And Booker looks like a hit. Ezaraku could be. Ravel could be. Still kind of wait and see. You go back to 2024, Guyton, question marks. Marshawn Nealand, I think we all know what happened there. Cooper Beebe in the third round, certainly a hit. Maris Laufau in the third round. Good player. Is he there yet? Ryan Flanoy in the sixth round might be considered a steal. You go back to 23, Mozzie Smith in the first round, bust. Joe's favorite, Schoonmaker.
Well, he's still on the team, but yeah.
The third round was overshown. Expected to be good, but jury's still out.
Got to stay healthy.
Fahoko in the fourth round. Awesome Richards, offensive lineman in the fifth round. You go back to 22, Tyler Smith, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson in the fourth round.
Yeah.
And again, Deron Bland in the fifth round of that draft. Damone Clark in the fifth round of that class. So, I mean, and then 21 was Parsons, Kelvin Joseph in the second round. Oso Digizua obviously has been paid. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of nuts when you go back and you start looking at, they're about 50%.
About 50%. And so Cowboys have two. Yeah, you're right. If they can hit on one of these guys, then, obviously you're hoping for both. But if you can go 50%, you're in pretty good shape when it comes to these first-round guys. But, again, they need to make them count. Because keep in mind, the Cowboys have two this year and two next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, they can start stacking these guys together. And I know Jerry talks about spending a lot of money and getting it done this year. But, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I wouldn't say if the Cowboys fall short of making the Super Bowl this year, there's certainly, I think, time to restock and get some other players in there and some other help. So
I do believe that's part of the thinking of Dan Orlovsky's comments a week ago, where he said Dak window, Super Bowl window, he's got a new one and it's open right now, because offensively they just need to tweak a little. Defensively they can build, and so they've got the ability right now to use their offseason capital, whether it be in the draft or in free agency, to help build the defense, because the offense is set, and that does open up a different window for Dak Prescott.
No doubt about it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. The draft coming up, it won't be that long. That's for sure. In the meantime, though, you got the Underwear Olympics, the Combine coming up first, and then the free agent period. So before the draft takes place, it's going to be interesting. When we come back, though, we've got a brand new Hall of Famer that's going to join us, the San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, Jimmy Fagan. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And it is rodeo season. You need gear for your crew down at the rodeo, whether it's a club, organization, business. You're going to be a vendor out there. You want to look good, you can if you go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. He's got his entire winter line on display in that showroom, so you need your logo on a nice jacket, a half zip, a hoodie, a vest. Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, and all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. He's got all the big-name shirt brands as well: North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, and now a full line of Tommy Bahama. Great pricing on that Tommy Bahama, and that price does include your logo. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from: construction, medical, restaurant, leagues, schools, and so much more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, certainly no order too small. All items come with a warranty, and Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 right across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, and the Spurs back in action, kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip. How'd they do against the Lakers, and how will they do against Golden State?
The work continues for the Cowboys. They got to stock the fridge with a bunch of new defensive coaches and talent. We'll talk about how they're going to get there and so much more. It's going to be a fun time. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then You may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I always like that music. Yeah, great music.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Welcome back here to the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, Olympics ongoing right now, the Winter Olympics.
The Winter Olympics. So let's talk to a gold medalist, now Hall of Famer Jimmy Fagan, joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line, as it was announced today that you are a part of the 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class. Jimmy, what was the day like for you, my friend?
What a day. Haven't had a day like that in many, many years. It was really great to see all these tremendous athletes and coaches over at the Alamo Dome. So pretty crazy day here so far.
Well, I mean, and congratulations, Jimmy. That's a great honor for you, and we're happy for you. I would assume that it's, somewhere in the neighborhood of getting that gold medal or something, huh? Maybe somewhere?
It's ranking pretty high up there. Kind of putting me on the spot, though. That's tough. It's a tough call.
I mean, when you think about, you won a gold in 2016. It's now 10 years later. I believe you're a lawyer up in Austin now. To get an honor like that, to get the phone call that says, you know what, you're going into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. Take us through what that was like.
It's just a surreal moment, right? I keep up with the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame, and I was lucky enough to have some friends in there and some mentors in there. So I was always keeping up, and they always have a great set of people. So I was wondering if my day was ever going to come, and I'm so happy that it's here today.
Well, absolutely. We're happy for you. All right, we've got a question for you, Jimmy, because we did a story earlier today that apparently some of the medals up at the Winter Olympics this year are breaking. And we're wondering how does that happen? Now I don't know how to ask this other than, is your medal real, or is it just plated? I mean, how does that work?
I've heard that they're like 95% like steel and then 5% or something gold coating. And they had the same problem with Rio. My medal has, got some spots on it, but it's no worse for wear. It still serves its purpose pretty well, even if it's in 2 pieces.
Well, and again, so they don't give you another one? They don't make it right?
They do. I'm sure that all these athletes, as we did, had an opportunity to send your medal back in and go get one that's refurbished. And it's really no big deal. But I bet most of the athletes, I'm sure they're enjoying their moment more than they're caring about their gold medal.
It's interesting when you put it that way, as we visit with gold medalist Jimmy Fagan here on the Blitz, because I know Breezy Johnson said that it's definitely heavier than she expected. Maybe that's why it broke. But apparently there's something on it to where it might break away so it doesn't become a choking hazard, as if they're giving them to 5-year-olds.
Well, I wouldn't meet that 5-year-old that wins that Olympic gold medal. That's going to be an incredible athlete.
Jimmy, I've got to ask you, because obviously I never came close to a gold medal or any kind of medal like that, and Jason either. Well, what is that feeling like to stand up there and have that gold medal put around your neck and you hear the national anthem? That's got to be unreal.
It's just a culmination of some life work, right? It's one race, started when you're 5 and you end up there 21 years later. It's a surreal moment, but you don't really remember a whole lot about it. I got to be honest. There's just so much going on.
Wow. That is interesting, because I would like to think that, I go back, and obviously there was all kinds of stuff going on in Rio with you in 2016, but going back and watching the events and reliving the stories, is that something that you do often, Jimmy, or is it just you did that and now you're living your life up in Austin?
They're always fun to go a trip down memory lane every once in a while. when we have the whole family in town, we might pull it up and put some old races back on the TV, one or two, before everybody gets sick of it, right? But because I'm old news, I'm a has-been now. Now I'm just a fat lawyer. I'm not that fun swimmer anymore.
Wait a minute, fat lawyer.
Yeah,
you can't swim now?
I've gotten back in the pool a few times. I've got a 3 and a 4-year-old at home, so I don't have a lot of spare time. But I have gotten back in the pool, and let me just tell you, it is a tough sport. It is a tough sport.
Well, Jimmy, you could be like me and Jason now. I get in the pool too, but I'm having a few adult beverages and laying on a raft. That's about as much swimming as I do.
That's exactly the type of swimming I'm into these days, and I'm getting real good at it.
Hey, man, nothing like having a cold beer while you're sitting at the pool. Jimmy Fagan here on the Blitz. Just kind of going back what you did at Churchill, then at UT, becoming an Olympian and winning a gold medal. I'm curious, all the awards that you've won now that you're a dad, and I like the term fat lawyer in Austin. You used it, so I'll use it as well. Where's all your stuff? Is it on display in a room? Is it in your law office? Or is it in a drawer somewhere?
Oh, my wife's going to kill me. So she's in charge of those awards, and they're kept in a very safe place. But I'm not allowed access to them because I'm notorious for losing those things. So she's kept them very safe. I'm sure they're in pristine condition, but it's been a couple years since I've seen them.
You don't walk around the house with your gold medal on, like going out to the pool with a gold medal? I would.
Oh, well, when I first got the medal, I took it out, and a few of my friends would wear it around town when we were going to dinners and stuff. But, it's not a good look, right? And I also don't want mine breaking in half.
No doubt. Now, you say you've got young kids, Jimmy. When is the point in time you turn on the video for those kids and say, hey, look, that's your dad right there?
That's a really great question. And, they're not there yet, but I'm excited to talk about sports and athletic achievements with them someday. I hope that they follow in my footsteps, or any number of the terrific female athletes that we have out there representing us at the Olympics or coming out of San Antonio every year, right? So I hope that they take part in that tradition. But ultimately, I got one daughter that likes art, and I got one daughter that likes dance, and I don't think I got a swimmer in the group yet, but remains to be seen.
You just throw them in the pool, man. You got one chance to get out, man. The floaties are off. Learn to swim, right?
100%, just the way I was taught.
And Jimmy, the way you said that, though, as a dad, you're right. You can want all you want for your kids. They're their own people, and you're going to support them either way. But if they choose they want to get into the pool and follow that path, man, they got a hell of a teacher.
That's right. And, I think that they're going to be successful in whatever they do. I hope it's swimming because it's one of the few things I know about.
Well, with kids, mine are all grown and Minix too, but they kind of try a little bit of everything. It's crazy. There's soccer, there's baseball, there's whatever, and you just never know what they're going to be into.
Absolutely, and there's just so many activities that San Antonio does a really great job. So does Austin, of just having a lot of opportunities for kids to get out there and figure out what they're good at. If I had never gotten into a pool, then I never would have figured out that I was a good swimmer, right? And same thing with David Robinson and Tim Duncan and every other athlete out there, right? So it's really important that these kids have the opportunity to get out and discover who they are. And I think the field or the pool or the court is just a fantastic place to figure that out.
Jimmy Fagan, Olympic gold medalist, joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, a member of the 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class that also includes Larry Coker, Frank Harris, Tamika Roberts-Nunez, and the 1971 at Lee High School football team. The big event will be August 29th down at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. But you just said, Jimmy, you wouldn't have known if you didn't get into a pool. At what point did you think, you know what, I'm really better than everybody else? Was it at Churchill or when you got to UT were you thinking, I can go win an Olympic gold? Was there a moment in time where you were like, yep, this is what I can do and I can do it better than anybody in the world?
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to win an Olympic gold medal up until Nathan Adrian hit the wall. Right? It's not ever something that I could have prepared for. It was always the goal out there. It's a tough sport, and you get once every 4 years to make that team, and you better show up on the right day. So a lot of pressure in this one in every Olympic sport, but that was a pretty big component of that swimming. That the whole career nature of it, right, is getting up and going for that gold and seeing what you can accomplish and putting it all out there for you. I thought that there was a chance that I could make it to the Olympics, when I was in high school. That was the goal. But my head coach, the great Eddie Reese over at University of Texas, when I was going there and committing on my trip there, he told me that I can pretty much guarantee that you'll be in an Olympic semifinal, but I can never tell you what's going to happen after that, just because you never know. Great things happen to everyday people, and maybe that day is yours and maybe it's not. So just everything happened to work out for me to get there, and I owe that to a huge team of people. I was a group project, so I'm thankful for all the work that everybody did to help get me to where I am today.
Jimmy, I'm curious how you felt when you got to the Olympic Games and you're watching some of the other countries' athletes prepare, and you're going, man, those guys are good. This is going to be tough. Did you ever think about that, or were you just you guys pretty confident that you were going to get it done?
We're pretty confident we're going to get it done, right? And absolutely no disrespect to any of the other athletes or any of the other countries. But, when you put on that USA flag and you put on those warm-ups, you feel pretty good about yourself, okay? So you feel like you can conquer the world. So it's game time when you got that USA gear on. So you're ready to bust through a concrete wall if you have to. That being said, guess what? I bet the people from France, when they put on their French jacket, they probably feel the same way, right? So it's a battle of the wits there, but the Team USA did a great job getting their guys ready, and that we're seeing components of that already here in the Winter Games.
No, I'm not sure about France.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, and again, you think about like Lindsey Vonn on a torn ACL, just trying to compete one last time, because it is every 4 years on a stage like that no matter what you're going through, you're trying like hell to go compete and hopefully win.
Absolutely. It's sheer grit what Lindsey's doing, on a torn ACL. And it's an experience. Every single time you go to the Olympics, whether it's your first or your 20th, every single time is a completely new experience. And there's a lot of experiences out there that I would wish on anyone. Going to a second Olympics is one of them. But really, really proud of those guys, and really, really shocked at at Lindsey Vonn's grit here.
All right, Jimmy. I'm going to put you on the spot again. What really goes on in that Olympic Village?
You got to make the Olympics to know. It's not anything like those articles that are out there. There are people out there having fun, but you're there to do a job, and that's what everybody there is focused on. From whether you have the opportunity to win or your last place, your job there is.
Jimmy, is your wife in the car? Yeah, your wife's in the car, isn't she?
No, not this time. Not this time. She doesn't know anything about swimming. I don't think that she's ever seen the Olympic races.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that answer says it all. After
does.
your events are over, you want your events early in the Olympics, so the rest of it's a party. And hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that. Why not? Everybody there, for the most part, is in great shape and there to have a good time. Jimmy Fagan joining us here on the Blitz. Are you watching? As an Olympian, do you watch all the Olympics, like the Winter Olympics that are going on right now?
I try to watch as much as I can. I might imagine, I don't have a lot of spare time these days. My kids are pretty much the purveyors of all activities in our household these days. But when I have the opportunity to put it on, I always do. And when it's usually on in the background at work, I hope my bosses aren't listening.
Man, you're a lawyer. It's fine. Because I got to ask a question about, especially Winter Olympics. There's all kinds of sports that I didn't know were a sport. Like today, there's all kinds of video floating around of some guy in skis running uphill in skis, and he's trying to do a mile in under 6 minutes running uphill in skis. How is that a sport? Although I couldn't do it.
I think my grandpa used to do that both ways, to and from school, right? Uphills in the snow, right? Yeah, there's some weird sports out there, and I love that they give so many different sports an opportunity for somebody to go out and do great things. The one that I thought was weird is the biathlon, where you have a triathlon, which is obviously a run, swim, bike, and the biathlon is not backs. It's like skiing and shooting or something. It's totally different. So it's interesting to see these crossovers and how different the two sides of the Olympic coin can be.
What kind of an Olympic sport can a fat lawyer from Austin in his mid-30s with 2 young kids compete in today and win a gold medal?
I've heard that you could do that in curling, maybe. I might go be a curler. I think that might be my only shot.
That does look like fun. I won't lie to you, especially that dude with the broom that's out in front of that thing.
It looks great. That looks like the fun sport. I don't know, if my parents put me in swimming back and forth laps all day, I would have much rather been a curler.
Well, I mean, I think they knew that Jimmy with the broom is probably not going to go very far. That might have been the hang-up there. Jimmy Fagan here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. What kind of law work are you doing now up in Austin?
I do personal injury law, mostly commercial motor vehicle accidents.
Awesome. Well, I bet you're pretty good at that, and I would assume some of your clients think you deserve a gold medal for that work, too.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely my second calling. I have a family from a medical-oriented background, so it kind of gives me an opportunity to talk with that and hone that, and make sure that people that have been injured in serious car wrecks out there, get the proper representation and get what's owed to them.
When your clients meet you for the first time, do they know you're an Olympic gold medalist or not? How quickly into the conversation do you bring it up?
Well, it usually does not get brought up. There's 2 methods here. It either gets brought up immediately, right, or they don't find out until the end of the case. And I try to keep that as organic as possible, because there can be nothing worse than I imagine than your has-been athletic attorney talking about their past accomplishments.
Has-been. You don't have a fancy name or anything, do you? Like the Texas Hammer or something like that?
No, I mean I'm open to suggestions. I need one of those names, because those guys seem to be doing pretty well.
All right, well, hang on. Let's come up with a nickname for you. Now, do you work for a big law firm, or do you have your own?
I'm a partner of a small law firm called the McMinn Law Firm.
All right, so I'm trying to think, because, take swimming, and we'll come up with something, Jimmy. We'll come up with something, because you were on the relay team. You were 50 freestyle was your race, right?
I swam the 100 freestyle, but I was okay at the 50, but the U.S. is just so good at the 50 freestyle.
Okay.
We are head and shoulders above everyone else, no pun intended.
Huh.
Freestyle is not what I want from my PI attorney, I can tell you that.
No.
I need something a little bit more. But you work in the gold medal. I don't know. Well, our listeners are great at this. They're going to come up with something. We'll text you some options that they come up with. That'll be the listeners' homework assignment.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to return some great options, and one of them's definitely going to get used.
Absolutely. Jimmy Fagan, announced today as a member of the 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class. Probably long overdue, but congratulations. I know we'll see you at the big event on August 29th. You and the class officially get inducted. I know today was a lot of fun for you, man.
A lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing everybody there.
Thanks,
awesome.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Fagan. Here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
We could have asked him his phone number. I don't know if he's got a swanky phone number like 44444.
Yeah.
We got to come up with something.
Although his phone number should be whatever Gold, Gold.
Yeah, right. The gold medal lawyer. Go for the gold. Go with Jimmy Fagan. Dude, I'm the ideas are just
the ideas are there. If you've got ideas, got to Google image and see what he looks like now. I can't imagine he says he's fat, and you're going to look at him and
he's
sure.
not fat.
No,
not at all. Although you start just popping out a few kids, and
he didn't.
Well, he didn't. But even dads, they can put on some baby weight just as easy as mom.
Uh-huh.
I know I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the way that it goes. It's all right, though. Good talking to Jimmy Fagan, one of the members of the class of 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. Another member of that class is a guy that I think most folks might know. His name is Frank Harris.
Could run for mayor of this town.
He played about 50 years for UTSA, and everybody knows him. He is a member as well. We're going to visit with Frank coming up here at the bottom of the next hour, about 4:35, so stay tuned for that for sure. A lot of fun. Good day today. Certainly is. And happy birthday to Minix. If you haven't told him that, you need to tell him that.
Thank you.
He's feeling a little left out.
Oh,
happy
stop.
birthday, Minix.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Charlie Woods commits to Florida State? Wow. So Charlie Woods, Tiger's son's going to play at Florida State. Good for him.
Wonder what the NIL deal is for him.
Oh, my goodness.
Right,
It's unbelievable.
Well, before we go to break,
what do we got?
John's got a slogan for Jimmy
Okay.
Fagan.
All right.
What's up, John? You're on the Blitz.
All right, guys. This may be a copyright infringement, but I'm thinking better call Jimmy.
Instead of Sal?
Yeah.
Better call Jimmy. All right. Hey.
Well, the funny thing is, I think Saul's name was James McGill, so his name was Jimmy too, so I don't know.
We'll keep the wheels spinning there, John, will you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that we don't love your idea,
great.
but next.
I mean, who doesn't? I don't know if you guys are fans of that show, but I love that show.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people do. No doubt. No doubt. Appreciate you, John. All right, anybody else got an idea? Let us hear from you.
Got to be better than that one. Is that what you're saying?
San Antonio Sports Star YouTube. Well, that's the leader in the clubhouse. And
bar is low.
The bar is low. Come on, San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page.
Too.
You can do that there. Like and subscribe. You can get Minix at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Ryan Eagle 210, or you can give us a call. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Start your weekend with the Blitz this Friday as we broadcast live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redmond Road. All-Star Weekend is here, and you know the best place to watch all the festivities from L.A. is at the Roo Pub. From Friday's Rising Stars game to All-Star Saturday, the dunk contest, the three-point shootout, and of course on Sunday, a brand new All-Star game format. No better place to watch than the Roo Pub, 281 in Redmond Road. So start your weekend with the Blitz this Friday. We'll see you at the Roo.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-269-3394. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394. 800-269-3394.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs back in action tonight. In fact, they're kicking off their Rodeo Road Trip. They're going to do that in L.A. against the Lakers. Lakers really shorthanded. No LeBron, no Luka, no Austin Reeves, and no Marcus Smart. They'll tip off tonight at 9:30. Spurs won't be back at the Frost Bank Center again until March the 5th. They do have a couple of games in Austin at the Moody Center, February 19th and the 21st.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Tuesday in San Antonio and South Texas, thanks so much for spending some time with us here on the Blitz. On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Joe Reinagel. The birthday boy over there is Jason Minix, and we're happy to have you along this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And all the people on the YouTube page with the birthday wishes, thank you. Spurs playing tonight. LeBron James isn't.
No.
And with it, this is an historic sitting out. LeBron James will miss his 18th game of the season. He is no longer eligible for NBA season awards, so his 21-year All-NBA streak will officially come to an end.
Dude, he wasn't going to win an award anyway. So that's why he's sitting out. Jeez, it's like
become ineligible so you don't have to miss out on the vote.
It's exactly right. It's like, well, I just didn't play enough games. I want to give it to one of those young kids out there. Yeah. The Lakers really shorthanded tonight. And no Luka, no LeBron, no Marcus Smart or Austin Reeves. So Spurs got to go in and take care of business. I mean, that's 4 of their stars out. So no excuses tonight, San Antonio.
Again, it should be an easy win for the Spurs. Although last week when Oklahoma City sat everybody, the NBA is investigating that now.
Yes.
The Spurs got the win, but it was a lot harder than it should have been.
It sure was.
Right?
It
is the start of the Rodeo Road Trip. Our poll question today on our YouTube page. Go to YouTube, search out San Antonio Sports Star. How will the Spurs do on their 9-game Rodeo Road Trip? Undefeated, 1 to 2 losses, 3 to 4 losses, under 500. Right now, 47% say 1 to 2 losses. 38% say 3 to 4 losses.
And 11% of you are just smoking something and say undefeated. But if it turns out to be that way, I might apologize.
Might?
Maybe.
It's hard for you to say.
I was wrong. You were right.
But we have heard it.
Well, look, they're not going to go undefeated.
They're not going to go undefeated.
Come on.
They're not. They're not. But they should start 1-0.
Yeah, they should.
With the
Yes.
Lakers playing nobody tonight. Is Bronny available? Bronny might get some minutes.
Hey, he might.
Bronny has earned it.
Well, because nobody else is playing. That's why he gets to play.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, are you gonna stay up and watch that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, by the time I get home from dinner, I'm sure it'll be on. It'll get started, and
about 9:30 it starts tonight.
Yeah.
San Antonio time.
Was that too late for you?
Well, I probably watched the first half, and it should be over by halftime. By the way,
have you seen the Spurs team play?
I have.
Yeah, in the third quarters.
I have a lot of faith in this team tonight. We'll see.
Fun conversation with Jimmy Fagan, the Olympic gold medalist, now San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, and trying to come up with a slogan for his Austin law firm, a PI attorney. We've got a Better Call Jimmy, and so we can do better than that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. A lot of you creative types calling in like Manuel. You're on the Blitz. What's going on, man? Manuel.
Hey, man, what about Gold? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Goldfinger? Every case he touches turns to gold.
I'm not opposed to that. That's pretty good. Not bad, although James Bond might have a problem with that. I don't know. But I see where you're going there. Not bad.
Well, I mean, although because of the we are dealing with attorneys here. What about just to play on words? His name is Jimmy Fagan, Gold Fagan, instead of Goldfinger, right? Maybe. No.
No. Manuel, don't suck up to Minix. All right, it's all right.
You could say that works. Although, I mean, Goldfagan might be a bad word in some other country.
It may be. I don't know what Fagan means. It's like, hey, you Fagan.
DJ, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
No, that was a good one, man. Go Fagan. But what is it? I was basically saying, okay. He used to dive, right? He's a swimmer.
He's a swimmer, not a diver.
Yeah, swimmer.
Okay, a swimmer. Well, I said dive, so I put it on YouTube, but it's basically Jimmy will dive into your case, and he'll defend you like he did our country, and bring you the gold. Try to fight and be.
Well, you're writing the entire damn commercial for him. I mean, we're looking for a slogan.
Script. Nice, DJ.
I mean, think about like Jason Thompson, he doesn't have one of those fancy cartoon nicknames. I mean, you just wrote the whole commercial for him.
Yeah, but you got the Goldfinger, man.
Appreciate you,
hey,
DJ.
But happy birthday.
Appreciate you,
birthday,
man.
though.
Thank you, DJ.
Yes,
appreciate it. All right, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Not sure about this one. Got you covered like a Jimmy Cap.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
Well, why not? What's the one in Houston that you saw?
Oh,
the
my
guy
gosh.
named Richard?
Yeah, what was that? It was
Better Call.
Oh, it was I'm not saying that because that'll be a that'll be a drop.
I was trying to set you up.
I know. It's a big billboard in Houston, and Pledge has seen this too before. The guy's name is Richard, but he goes by the nickname of that, and it says, I love nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says, I love nickname, huh?
I love nickname.
No, I'm not saying what it really says because
you don't want a sound effect of
that'll live forever. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
I mean, I think about.
I'll take my chances with a dude.
You see,
I'd rather see Don Harris shirtless.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're like, what?
Damn. So I'm not saying that, but that is, I mean, it gets your attention. It does get your attention, but I don't think you'd do that with Jimmy.
No.
Oh, we'd still need to figure out what Fagan means. That might work.
I don't know what his last name means. It's his last name. Sam on YouTube says the gold standard.
I forgot mine now.
You forgot what?
Well, the two great ones I came up with.
Yeah, how good were they?
Yeah, they were great.
Oh, great.
They were outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were.
Well, you had the phone number gold, right? Was that yours or mine?
The phone number?
Yeah, like 444 gold.
That was yours.
Okay. I'm writing all these down.
Yeah.
I hope you can read my writing when I text it to him. You realize this ain't going anywhere.
No, it's really not. And I'm disappointed. Come on now. Y'all can come up with some stuff here. I do like DJ who took it the extra mile and yeah, the commercial. But I appreciate the effort.
Well, and that's what it is. At some point, we'll come up with something. At some point, at the very least, it will get the wheels spinning. I just don't know enough swimming terminology for the play on words.
What does it have to be? I mean, think about it. It's like BK on our San Antonio's slip happens. Jimmy fights back.
Slip happens.
Uh-huh.
Let me write that one down. Olympics, rings,
gold. Yeah, he won a silver too. So if you want to, you could do both there. The guy is a silver medalist as well.
Yeah, but who the hell wants to talk about a silver medalist
I'm just saying,
when you're a gold medalist?
Well,
right,
dude. If I won a silver medal, it would be on every billboard in town.
Well, not if you want a gold medal. You don't think about your silver medal.
I guess not. I mean, but I'd still display that proudly. You wouldn't?
Well, he doesn't even know where his are.
Well, his wife's got him.
I mean, he's going to lose them.
His
like
wife.
That win.
His wife took him to the pawn shop about 10 years ago.
I mean, you think about Jimmy Fagan. While he has an Olympic gold medal and an Olympic silver medal, he won 18 Big 12 Conference gold medals, 24 NCAA All-American honors, 3 NCAA championships. And I'm trying to remember how many I'm trying to look up because I know he won state, set the national records in the 100 and the 50 in high school, won the state championship in high school. Who knows how many high school medals that guy has.
Now, he went to Churchill, right?
Yeah.
Josh Davis went to Churchill.
Churchill
correct?
Charger.
Yeah. So that's, wow, Churchill putting out some pretty good swimmers.
How much NIL did he make?
None, unfortunately, right? For them.
I
That's
mean,
why his wife had to take the medals to the pawn shop, for goodness sake.
I mean, he loses them all the
like
time.
Jimmy came home from work one day and there's a brand new couch in the living room.
Uh-huh.
I don't ever see my medals. No, and you never will.
Honey, I need those. Man, you look at his Wikipedia page, all the medals that he's won, world championships and competitions. You don't even know. Like, do you know where Shenzhen is?
Shenzhen.
Shenzhen. He won 2 gold and a silver there in 2011.
That sounds like it'd be in China or something.
Probably.
Right?
What about Doha? DOHA. In those world championships in 2014, he won 2 silvers and a bronze.
Well, it's got to be like.
But in 2012, he won a gold medal in how do you say it? Istanbul.
Istanbul. That's in Turkey. I know that one.
Yeah.
Shenzhen is a city in China.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And what was the other one? Doha? I said Greece.
Yeah, I'm looking.
DOHA. Probably just click on the link here on the Hamad Aquatic Center. It doesn't say where it was.
I'm thinking Greece. Doha.
Qatar.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that does. Let's go from Greece to Qatar.
Well, they're in the same general vicinity, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Nowhere near. You know, as somebody that's been to Greece on a med cruise while in the Navy and, Middle East in the Adriatic Sea, very, very different places.
Okay, well, I've never been to either one, so I wouldn't have a clue.
And Persian Gulf.
I would not have a clue, Minix. I haven't been to either one, so it's all good, though. And it was good having Jimmy on. He was a lot of fun.
We got one more pledge. Is this one good? Is it worth taking?
Look at pledges. I put my hands up.
All right, Rob, you're on the Blitz. What you got?
All right. Well, I hope this is win with Jim and win the gold.
Wow, Rob. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, that was outstanding. I've already forgotten.
It rhymes.
What you say?
Ties in the gold medal.
Swim with Jim.
Relates to his.
Even your phone carrier doesn't like your idea. It's crapping out on you.
Verizon
like,
says,
eject.
Dude, we got to go.
Swim with Jim and win the gold.
Yeah. Is that what we're going with?
No, I'm just reiterating.
Oh.
Actually,
good try,
his
Rob.
phone dropped.
He was a part of Relay. Anchor your case with Jimmy.
Yeah, but then you got to explain why it would be that. Was he in the Navy with an anchor? I mean, was he a sailor?
Was he the anchor of the relay team?
I don't know. No, he wasn't, because he said he didn't know he won gold until the other dude hit the wall.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know where he was. I don't remember. What was it, 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. He's a fat lawyer now. and a San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer. So congratulations to him, man. He was a lot of fun. Certainly was. We got to take a break, though. When we come back, we got to talk Cowboys, don't we?
Always.
What do they have to do this offseason? What is the number one thing that you guys would do or give Jerry Jones advice on that could improve this team enough where they could, maybe even be competitive in the NFC East? Let us know. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me brag a little bit about my Connecticut Quality Water Softener. I love this thing. It is a game changer. It really is. And look, I've had other water softeners, and I was a skeptic at first. I really was. How much better could this be than anything else I've had? Well, I found out real quick how much better it is. It's amazing how clean your clothes are, the dishes out of the dishwasher, how clean you are coming out of the shower. It's really amazing. You just feel good and clean. It's amazing. It's hard to describe, but I tell you what, it is for real, without a doubt. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made in America, and I love the fact that you don't plug this thing in. It does not run on electricity, but it certainly provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they still got that deal going on. Look, you don't want to miss out on this thing because, look, I've got a reverse osmosis system in my house, and they put it there. And it's incredible. I no longer buy bottled water. We haven't had bottled water in the house, I don't know, for 6-7 months now because we don't need it. It's right there at the kitchen sink. You just take out a glass and fill it up, and it is fantastic. And they're going to give you some free money, 0% interest for 12 months. That is an incredible deal. Look, treat your family, treat yourself, and protect your house and all the appliances in it. Call Connecticut Quality Water Softener of San Antonio, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Find LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin, known for top performance, durability, and innovative features, and ideal for tough tasks like mowing, tilling, plowing, and hauling. LS Tractors are your reliable choice for farm, ranch, and landscaping needs. Experience unmatched dealer support at Dietz Tractor for parts and maintenance. They're not just selling tractors, they're building lasting relationships. Take advantage now. 0% financing available with approved credit on LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin. LS Tractors. Start blue. Stay blue. Dietz Tractor.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible? Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2. The testosterone booster? Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results. I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week. Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text ROCK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ROCK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. I love numbers. Like 100, as in 100%, as in TaxSlayer's 100% accuracy, guaranteed. And 0, as in $0, as in it costs $0 to file and get the refund you deserve with TaxSlayer Simply Free, if you qualify. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers with age, income, credit, and deduction restrictions. See TaxSlayer.com for eligibility requirements. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Kohl's gets it. Valentine's Day comes with expectations, grand expectations, telepathic expectations, and heart-shaped everything expectations. Yes, even waffles. Kohl's has gifts that rise to the occasion, from romantic to playful, sparkly to sweet, or all of the above. Plus, get 15% off some of your finds. So go ahead, exceed those Valentine's Day expectations with Kohl's. Select styles, offer ends February 16th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, and the Spurs back in action, kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip. How'd they do against the Lakers, and how will they do against Golden State?
The work continues for the Cowboys. They got to stock the fridge with a bunch of new defensive coaches and talent. We're talking about how they're going to get there and so much more. It's going to be a fun time. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. We're back. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Good stuff. Frank Harris, 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, just announced today. He will join us. And, of course, most folks know him as the quarterback for the UTSA Roadrunners for, 8 years? What was it, 6, 7 years?
Technically 7, but 7. It feels like 17.
Yeah, or 70. I don't know. And Frank looks great for 77, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, he really does.
He does.
So looking forward to talking to Frank Harris. That will be about, about 15 minutes from now. So that's coming up. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, there was a great article out in the Dallas Morning News, Jason. You saw this, and it talks about, what Jerry, what was it, a bunch of reporters got together, print reporters talking to Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it was, I don't know who all was there. Joseph Hoyt, probably Calvin Watkins, Clarence Hill, there at the Four Seasons last Thursday in San Francisco, right before NFL Honors. And, they spent about 30 minutes with them. And there was one answer from Jerry Jones that really, really, I was like, all right, let's see what he does, because it's been 30 years. And the question was, all right, how do you get back to the Super Bowl after 30 years? Jerry's answer, quote, I didn't expect necessarily these teams to be in this game, but I saw how they got there.
Seeing is one thing and emulating is another. Now, that's the writer adding that on for sure. But so far, I mean, look, and I know it's a very small sample size, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the hiring of Christian Parker is very un-Jerry-like. It just is. And allowing Brian Schottenheimer to do that and lead the way on that thing is very un-Jerry-like. So if he can change there, who's to say that he won't change and maybe break out the checkbook?
Well, and that's what they're going to have to do. If he was paying attention, and just the way he answered that question, short, succinct, and boom, I'm paying attention. Is that an admission to, the way I've been doing it hasn't worked? What's the definition of insanity? Let's try something different. The hiring of Christian Parker, very different for the Dallas Cowboys. Will they go spend money? Well, between the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, combined 29 players they signed in free agency. Guarantees for those contracts over $330 million. Is Jerry going to go spend some money? They're going to have money, or they can create about $100 million in cap space by restructuring. So are they going to be players in free agency? And when I say players, day one, big-name stars. I believe the last one was Brandon Carr.
That wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. But still,
at the time, it was a big move for the Cowboys. They typically don't play in that neighborhood. They like to draft and develop, as they say.
Well, again, it's as I've been saying, and I'll continue to say this till I'm blue in the face. You got to take care of that defense, and if there's going to be some money spent, it's got to be on that defensive side of the football. I think the way Dak Prescott's been playing, he's been playing at a very high level. CeeDee Lamb's playing at a high level. Whatever you do with George Pickens, whether he stays or not, and if he stays, obviously you've got two of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. So you've got a tight end. And then there's Javonte Williams. The offense, I think, will take care of itself. But there's a lot of holes to fill in that defensive side of the ball, and I think if you're going to spend money and you're going to go all in, or in Jerry's version or whoever's version, it's got to be on that side of the ball.
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
They need to be the same thing. And again, it's the offseason. All of us have really good ideas on how to spend Jerry's money.
Of course. And there are some free agents out there that can be had, I think. Now, some of them might not be cheap, but it depends on what you want to do. And if Jerry's true to his word with what he said about New England and Seattle and how they went about doing it, look, the problem is, Jason, you and I have been saying this since I started this radio station. The Los Angeles Rams had the blueprint when they won their Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. They went all in. They paid a lot of money for free agents. Boom. Seattle, New England, paid a lot of money for free agents. Guess what? They're in the Super Bowl. And that's – you have to do that. This draft and develop thing just does not work anymore. It doesn't, not by itself. Now, you need to draft good players, don't get me wrong, but you've got to add veteran talent to that as well. And Jerry's always believed in draft and develop, and it just ain't working.
When I look at the Cowboys have been on a 5-year plan, and they reset it every year, it feels like. You know, in Jerry's old credit card analogy, at some point you have to swing for the fences. Again, using Jerryisms, he likes to be around the rim. At some point, you have to dunk the ball. At some point, you've got to get the ball out of your hand, right? It's one thing to be around the rim. It's another to finish. Even if they go all in and fall short, I think as a Cowboy fan, the excitement you would have going into the season, even if it ended in disappointment again, like they have for the last 30 years, at least you feel like going in, the ownership group is as committed to winning a Super Bowl as every fan is. And their actions would show that it's not just lip service. Do I believe Jerry when he says he misses being in the Super Bowl? I do. But he's one guy that can actually do something about it and not worried about a credit card bill coming due. At some point, you go all in, and if it takes a few years to recover from that, that's fine. Look at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers Super Bowl, latest Super Bowl trophy is actually older than the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't won in a longer amount of time, by a year. But they've been back in the game. And they've been on this roller coaster of really good. All right, now they got to clear some debt, so a couple of lean years, and then really good again. They haven't won, but they're always in the mix because of the way they do business. The Cowboys have been on a similar kind of roller coaster where you can be really good or out of the playoffs. Out of the playoffs for 2 years, there have been some teams, legitimate Super Bowl contending teams, that have fallen short. That one a couple of years ago when they lost to Green Bay. That was a team that was capable of winning a Super Bowl. They fell short. And then Jerry's been pissed for the last 2 years because of that, it feels like, at the detriment of the team.
Well, true. Although, look, Jerry brought in a lot of free agents this last year, but they were all on one-year deals, and they were all high draft picks at one point in time that just hadn't panned out for the team that drafted them. Some of them turned out okay. Javonte Williams, I think, was a success. And you got to give Jerry credit for that. But you can't do that this time around. Not if you're serious about winning a championship. Because, look, the Giants are going to be better. I'm convinced of it. Now, I'm not saying they're Super Bowl contenders, but I think they're going to be better. You got to figure Washington's going to be better because their quarterback, if he stays healthy, will be better. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Philadelphia Eagles. Just to get out of the NFC East, you're going to have to improve your team. You're going to have to. And it looks like, and I'm encouraged by that, but it looks like Jerry knows that, and I think we'll see some things this year.
It's going to be interesting and fun.
No question about it. No question about it. Interesting. All right, coming up, another interesting dude, a Hall of Famer, San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer, and a pretty damn good quarterback, too, for the UTSA Roadrunners. Frank Harris joins us next here on The Blitz, on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spurs kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip tonight in Los Angeles against the Lakers. No LeBron, no Luka tonight. You want to make this game worth staying up and watching? Make sure you're playing along on Underdog, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money here in Texas. It's easy and it's fun. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Steph Castle just won Western Conference Player of the Week. How's he going to follow up that incredible game? I'm looking at his points. I'm looking at his assists. With Wemby, it's always blocks and points. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Blitz is live at San Antonio's newest sports watching destination, Novo Brewing, tomorrow, 2 to 6. Craft beers, delicious food, and joining us, the business professionals of San Antonio Networking Mixer. It's tomorrow at Novo Brewing, attached to North Star Mall.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. The sound of a seatbelt. It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your nature-made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Plus free premium delivery with any bed and base. Ends Monday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Big day in San Antonio. The 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class was announced today. We've already talked to Jimmy Fagan, and we've got another Hall of Famer on the line, Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagle.
Absolutely, and he could run for mayor of San Antonio, but he is now officially a Hall of Famer. Frank Harris joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Frank, congratulations. What was the day like for you, my friend?
Man, I definitely appreciate y'all, and thank y'all for having me on. It was definitely a bittersweet moment for me. You know, I never thought I'd be inducted into the Hall of Fame, so just having it finally official, it definitely means a lot for me to be, you know, in the rooms of all the legends that are in the Hall of Fame already, and even the class that I'm in. It just means a lot to me for sure.
So, Frank, when you get that phone call, them letting you know that you're a Hall of Famer, man, what is that like? Were you surprised that you said hello and they said, hey, guess what?
Man, so I was in Mexico with me and my girlfriend. We're going to we're doing a little getaway, and I was on my phone quite a little bit, you know, doing some work stuff, and I told her I was putting my phone away, and David Castro called me, and, you know, he was like, hey, man, I was like, dude, you know, I'm not supposed to be on my phone right now. I already got in trouble for being on my phone. What's up? She was like, man, I just want to let you know that you're going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, but, you can't tell nobody right now. So, you tell me all those things. And we were just pulling up to our resort and, told my girlfriend we definitely got to celebrate now. So it was definitely a spectacular moment to hear those words, and nothing better than being on vacation and to hear that. So we definitely partied it up for sure.
Absolutely. It is quite the honor as we visit with Frank Harris here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And Frank, you're going to have to help us out. Joe and I were debating earlier. How many years were you the starting quarterback there? 27, 37, 47? How many years were you quarterback in the Roadrunners?
Man, I was there for too long. I was there from 17 to 23. But only started from 2020 to 2023. I played in 3 games in 2019.
Well, dude, I promise you, if you still had eligibility, they'd welcome you back in a heartbeat. That's for sure.
Those days are over with, man.
Never say never.
Never say never, right? Yeah.
Never say never. And I've known you so long, man. In watching you in high school when you were at Clemens, that playoff game against Johnson, one of the more incredible individual performances in a high school game, because Johnson had you guys beat, and you by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how fun is it now that you're this old retired dude? And now Hall of Famer, do you sit back and tell stories to those young whippersnappers?
Nah, it's funny you say that because, Coach Ritterman, he's over at Alamo Heights now, but I kid you not, every time I see him, he always tells somebody that story. He says he loves me, but he hated me when I played against him at Johnson and won that game. So it's always funny to hear him tell that story because, like you said, I thought that game was over with as well. But it's just cool now. I got nieces and nephews, and my niece is a freshman at Clemens, and my nephew's a 7th grader. So, I still talk to them like, hey, back in my heyday, I was pretty good. Y'all are getting a little older now, but don't let it fool you. I still got a little bit in me. So it's just funny to be that guy that's the unk. To see somebody, like, man, here goes the old person talking about his his good old glory days, and it's just funny that I'm kind of that guy now. I'm not that old yet, so I let my nephew know that. Don't get it twisted. I still got a little bit if you ever want to go if you want to try me in any sport. So I think he understands that now.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, I think, have you become a professional golfer yet, Frank?
Man, that's kind of what I'm gravitating towards. I know we played out there one time. We got to get back out there.
Yes,
at some
sir.
Point. But,
yes, sir.
Man, I love golf now. That's really what brings me joy now that I'm done playing a game of football. I think golf is truly what I love doing. It brings a competitive spirit out of me, and just going out there hanging out with my friends, man, it's nothing better than doing that.
Frank Harris joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Did Joe beat you on the golf course?
Man, he probably did. I don't know if we were keeping score because he probably was beating me by too much. So I probably told him to quit keeping his score and let's just have some fun.
So you're way too humble. If he would have won, he would have reminded you that he kicked your ass on the golf course.
Yeah, that's a very, very nice answer, Frank, and I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I think Frank he took me pretty good that day. Well, we were on his home course, man. I mean, come on. He had the home field advantage.
Yeah, I did. Well, is it your home course? Is it the Dominion, Joe?
No.
He's up that, man. He's the
Dominion's
Dominion's a dog track where Joe likes to go play.
It was a lot of fun, though. We do need to get out there. We got James Pledger over here too. He's he claims to be pretty good, but he's all right. He's not bad.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I'm just there to drink beer and have fun,
exactly.
man. I know how that is.
That's all of us.
Frank, you go into a 2026 Hall of Fame class that's got a very, very UTSA feel to it, with Larry Coker getting inducted, Tamika Roberts-Nunez is getting inducted, Jimmy Fagan, who we talked to earlier, in the 1971 Lee football team that obviously won state, and so many of those guys still around. But having such a UTSA connection to the class, how cool is that for you as an individual?
Man, it was pretty cool to just walk in there, see Tamika. Of course, everybody knows who she is, and of course her husband and everything that they've done for UTSA. And then seeing Larry Coker, everybody knows he's a legend in UTSA history books. And then me just being a part of that, especially, I've done a small part of what they've done for the university in the city of San Antonio. So it was a huge honor. Also having Jimmy there as well, he was an Olympian. So it's an extreme honor to be, sitting beside those people, getting inducted in the Hall of Fame with them. It was truly an honor just to be in that room with them.
Now, do you know Jimmy at all? Have you known him before today?
I have never met him. We met today. We sat beside each other. He's a huge golfer himself, so we definitely exchanged numbers and definitely gonna get around to golf in here pretty soon.
Now I've got to ask, because I'm looking at some photos from the event today. It looks like you two twinned at this. Like you both showed up in the same suit. That wasn't coordinated ahead of time?
It was not. I just got his number, but whenever I walked in, I seen he had a little gray jacket on and some khaki pants like myself. So I was like, he's definitely a cool guy. We kind of dressed him. I like that.
All right, Frank, I got to talk a little football with you, man. How close are you watching what's going on at UTSA? And when you look at it, especially with how crazy college football is right now, I mean, they're working their tails off over there trying to get, enough money to field a team. But I tell you what, it's tough, isn't it?
Man, it's different nowadays. I mean, it's not even – I don't even know how to even say it. I mean, some players, they're out for just the money. So, players are bouncing to this school, to this school, to this school. There needs to be some type of regulations on how many times you can transfer. My thing is, you go play college football to go enjoy college for sure, get a degree, and then, if everything plays out, you go play at the next level at the NFL. I just think nowadays these kids are just choosing schools based off of money. They just keep on jumping from school to school. It's like there's no loyalty. There's not the reasons why you go play college football. It's just sad to see, man. But Coach Trell is doing a great job of just trying to maintain the kids that we can keep and building a foundation and building a culture there at UTSA and hoping to have a great season this year.
Frank Harris here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Interesting hearing you say it that way, Frank, because you're not that far removed from it. In fact, kind of as the NIL stuff was starting, a little bit going into your pockets as well, and that was the way the game was played. But you also chose to stay for that 17th year here at UTSA, right? But I mean, because of the loyalty aspect of it, I mean, it's so, and you're not that far removed from it. When you're out, because I know you do so much with UTSA, some in official roles and some just because you're Frank Harris and a good dude trying to help. The conversations that you have with athletes that are getting offered a lot of money, and it's hard to turn down a lot of money at a young age, sure. But to kind of say, look, man, this is what college football needs to be for you, not just chasing that dollar that isn't going to be there forever.
For sure. And I talked to a lot of the guys trying to see, what is their goal? Is their goal to try to make it to the NFL or try to capitalize on money now and start in the real world? And for me, at that point, I kind of already knew that I really wasn't trying to go to the next level. And my thing for me, the best fit for me was to just stay at UTSA, build relationships here where I want to stay at for the rest of my life and just build off of that, right? So, I mean, it's easy. It would have been easy for me to try to put my name in the portal and go elsewhere for a year or two and get a lot of money and then try to move back to San Antonio. But then how I was looking at it was I may rub some people the wrong way, if I were to leave and then come back to San Antonio. San Antonio is a small town. It's a big city, but a small town. And if you rub some people the wrong way, you're kind of screwed, right? So my thinking was, if I stay in San Antonio, build off of what I already have built off of, build those connections. Once I'm done playing football, which I knew I was going to be done playing, those connections that I do have, I think a lot of people like that I stayed here are willing to help me out. I feel like if I would have left and then he came back and, if I ever needed help for some people, they may have been like, the first opportunity you got to leave for a better opportunity, you're quick to jump ship. But I think me staying here just shows, the type of person that I am. And I think it speaks a lot of volume to a lot of the, I would say, quote unquote, important people in San Antonio. So I just thought it was just best for me. And I try to tell those kids that all the time, build relationships with people the places that you are at, because one day football is going to be over, even if you do go play 10 years in the league. And those relationships that you build, can always last forever. And I feel like, me showing that I'm a good person, I feel like that, my legacy will always live on based off of me being a good person and not what I did in the football field.
Yeah, Frank, loyalty is underrated, my friend, and people appreciate that, and they will reward that. You're absolutely right. When you look at the state of college football, though, right now, the national champion, the Indiana Hoosiers, I mean, most of those guys, the average age on that team, Frank, were 23 years old. You're seeing guys stay longer in the college game now than before, certainly, because the only way they could get paid was to go to the pro game if they had that kind of talent. But what do you think about that? I don't like the NIL the way it is at all. I'll just preface that. But, I mean, some of these teams like Indiana, my goodness, that team was never known as a football school.
For sure. No, I mean, I definitely would say they need to cap how much NIL money some universities or players could definitely get. I think it's kind of setting them up for failure in the real world. But I do know that they were it was an older team, but I can't really say too much because I was 24 years old playing my last season. But I
you
think
had a
everybody
reason,
has their
though.
own unique. Yeah, exactly. I think everybody has a unique story. Like my story, the reason why I was there for so long was because of injuries, right? So I feel like a lot of people have unique stories that need to be shared on why they were still at a university for so long, and not just, that they're old and they should be moving on with their lives. I feel like if you were to go ask each and everybody why they're 23, 24 years old, still playing college football, I'm sure they would probably tell you, I redshirted, I medical redshirted, or I did that. So I do think when it comes to that, I don't think it's that big of a deal age-wise, to be honest with you. But I do think NIL definitely needs to have some type of max capacity that these student athletes could receive.
Well, and I'm with you there, or having to sit out a year, or signing contracts with the schools that ties them, because the bouncing around, and like you said, and you explained it so eloquently, you played the long game, and instead of short-term money for the right now, you're playing the long game for your career, because you obviously could see that, and whoever was trying to counsel and advise you were probably thinking, all right, play the long game here, and ultimately you're going to win. Because I think it was John Calipari or Rick Pitino. One of them had a great quote. The only thing worse than being broke is getting money and being broke again. And a lot of these guys that are taking big money right now are going to be broke again, and then what are they going to do?
Exactly. They have nobody to fall back on. No one's really going to want to help them, because it's like, man, we tried to help you when you were here, and you left and jumped ship and went to another school and did the same thing to them, and now you go back to your home state and you're a regular person, right? So definitely get that for sure.
Well, I don't know, Frank. Listening to you, man, I think college football needs a commissioner. Are you in?
I would love to.
You'd be good.
Yeah, well, a lot of it. I mean, because we were talking with RJ3 at the Army Navy game. He's got a lot of people with ideas on how to fix it, except for the suits can't all get into the room and figure out what's best for NCAA football. Everybody's looking at what's best for them, their school or their conference. And, as Jeff Traylor has said since day one, don't be mad at the kids, be mad at the adults in the room that are letting it happen this way.
100%.
Good stuff.
100%.
Great stuff, Frank. Great stuff, and congratulations, my friend.
Hall of Famer.
Well done.
Definitely appreciate it.
Much deserved.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Frank Harris, member of the 2026 San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame class. Frank, appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon. Again, the big ceremony coming up August 29th at the Convention Center. I will tell you, those parties are a blast. One, the auction is incredible, but the entire event is a lot of fun. So August 29th, put that on your calendar and go. And very UTSA heavy with Larry Coker and Tamika Roberts in the 1971 Lee Volunteers and Jimmy Fagan.
And Jimmy Fagan. Now, I'm trying to remember 1971. Was that Tommy Kramer?
Yes, that was Tommy Kramer. That's when they won state. Osborne was a part of that group. I'm trying to think of some of the big names that were on that team. Richard Haida, who, does so much in San Antonio and goes from there. But, they won.
Yeah. Well, look, Tommy Kramer had a great high school career and went on to Rice and had a pretty good career there, and well, spent some time in the NFL as well. So,
Richard Osborne was on that team.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And then a kind of wild trivia question: they beat Wichita Falls 28-27 in the first ever high school football game played at Texas Stadium.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that was what a great experience that had to have been for those high school kids. What a great experience. My goodness. That's incredible. It's going to be a great event. I've been many times. Obviously, Jason has as well. And if you've never been, you ought to make plans to get there and experience what it's all about. It really is. It's not like your typical award show or induction. It is a party. The food's good, and you're hobnobbing with some great athletes, because even the people that have been inducted before will come back to this event, and you can shake hands and do all that stuff there. So it's a lot of fun, without a doubt. We got a lot more to talk about as we continue here on the Blitz, head into our final hour. Robert Earl Keen tickets.
What?
Yeah, he's coming to the San Antonio Rodeo, and we've got some tickets we are about to give away. Why don't we do that right now? He's going to be here on February 19th. That'll be a week from Thursday. He'll be here.
You screwed up pledge. He had production ready to go for that. Come on.
He's got to tell me these things,
Wow.
you know?
I mean, there was a meeting.
There wasn't.
No.
No, y'all were eating pizza. I was in here working. I don't know what y'all were doing.
Eating pizza.
Yeah.
And talking about the show.
Oh, my goodness. Now, remember, if you don't win them with us, you can always get them at sarodeo.com. But if you want to go see Robert Earl Keen, and I would advise you to go see Robert Earl Keen. Great show at the San Antonio Rodeo on the 19th of February. Be caller number
9.
Caller number 9, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck, everybody. We'll continue here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially this time of year. You get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. Payment plans are available. They offer a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. In fact, they're kicking off their Rodeo Road Trip tonight in Los Angeles against the Lakers. Tip-off there set for 9:30. Lakers shorthanded. No LeBron, no Luka, no Austin Reeves or Marcus Smart. In fact, the Spurs aren't going to be back at the Frost Bank Center until March the 5th. They will play at the Moody Center in Austin, though, February 19th and the 21st.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, on a Tuesday, we're doing it here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and he just happens to be, well, he's celebrating a birthday.
Yep.
67 today for Jason Minix.
Nope. Dude, if I was 67, that would make you 80.
I'm just saying, people believe me because they're looking at you and going, oh, that's yeah, I buy that.
Nobody's looking at me thinking I'm 67.
I don't know. I've got a couple of people on YouTube saying that.
Who? Where?
Nobody.
Oh, nobody.
Don't let facts get in the way of a good story.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, happy birthday to
Thank you.
And thanks for all of y'all stopping by here, especially if you're just getting off work on Tuesday, man. Your Tuesday's over for all intents and purposes.
Pretty much.
That's a good thing.
Pretty much a good thing. When what's interesting, I'm 53 today. A friend of mine texted last night, "Happy birthday! What are you up to?" And I was like, 53. She was like, I'm not asking your age. I was wondering where the party was. Like at 53 on a Monday, there are no parties. And my birthday's Tuesday, so
well,
it's
true,
dinner tonight. And
you gonna? You going to dinner tonight?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're not gonna celebrate this weekend?
Probably. Well, no, because we're going to dinner tonight.
No. Okay, and that's it.
And I mean, who has a big ass party for 50? There's not. When I turned 50, my wife threw this big old surprise party.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun, but I generally don't want that.
Well, she'll do the same thing when you turn 60.
Probably.
Yeah, she will.
Well, dude, when I turn 55, man, I'm finally going to be the age of the speed limit I break the most. So I'm ready for that one.
Well, you go to AARP at that point in time, too.
No, they already send you stuff.
You already got it?
Yeah, well, no,
I don't think you qualify till you're 55.
No, I think when you're 50.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I remember getting a thing. I could have got this fancy insulated trunk tote thing.
Yes. Now I'm not an AARP member yet,
but you're clearly old enough. I mean, you're at Social Security age, aren't you?
Not yet. No.
Well, I could 63.
I could be.
Yeah,
I could be. But my financial advisor advises against that, and plus the fact that I've got a full-time job. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know what the rules are when it comes to that. But somebody told me, and it's interesting that you say that because. I've heard a lot of people say you should wait till you're 70, right? You get more money, obviously. But then I heard a guy say, look, if you take it at 62, which I think is the first time you're eligible to do that, it's like, you're not making as much money monthly, but you're making more money overall.
Well, it depends on how long you live.
Well, exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. Do you take the lower percentage now and less money now and get that check for a longer period of time?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So it's like a long-term contract. You're going to make more money over the long run.
Well, it depends on how long you plan on living.
I don't plan going anywhere anytime soon.
Most of us don't.
That's not up to me.
I mean, you're at the age now where, you wake up dead and, you've had a good run. I mean, that...
Not yet. I think a lot of people would consider, my age still a little, you got a long way to go.
You didn't think that 20 years ago. Now that you're there, you're like, yeah, 63 is not that old.
Well,
I'm that way at 53. But, it was Rob Thompson that said this to me years ago, and he's right. You die in your 30s or 40s, and it's, oh, man, so sad.
Yeah.
You die over 50, and you've had a good run. I mean,
I don't know about a good run.
I'm at the I've had a good run age.
I'm not sure if 50 is a good run. I think you got to be in your 70s at least.
Well, you say that now because you're in your 60s.
I'm just
but
saying.
When you were in your 20s, you thought people that were 50 were old.
Well, I thought people that were 30 were old.
Well, I mean, think about when you were in high school and what your parents or your grandparents' age. I mean, you're a grandpa. You've had a good run. You're at that age.
I'd kind of like to see those kids grow up. I'm just
that's
saying.
Everybody. But you're at the age now where you're like, well, 80.
Minnick's
80
trying to
is
put
old.
me in the ground already.
I'm just saying. 70 was never a realistic expectation. Oh, that's Pledge.
Yeah.
Pledge is saying 70 for him.
Yeah, never an expectation that I was ever going to make it.
Dude, you're 43, and I didn't think you were going to make that.
Exactly.
I didn't think you would make 43.
You got to take the money while you got a chance at it.
Well, see, I got a problem because my grandfather and my father both died at 79.
Okay.
So it seems like I can't look into the future, but that's kind of a tale.
Circle the day on the calendar?
Well, yeah.
Knowing your age, I'm afraid to tell you this, but my mom says something like that. Her mother and her sister both died at 64.
Yeah.
So when my mom was getting close to 64, she was petrified. She's 80 now. You know what I mean? So...
Well, if I make it to 80, then I've done good.
Yeah, you've won the race.
That's a good run.
That would be a good run.
50 is not a good run.
50 would be a good run.
No, you don't even see the finish line yet.
Well, yeah, but it depends on what condition you are at 80.
Well, that's very true. And a finely tuned athlete like myself who goes to the gym every day. I mean,
all you do at the gym is bitch at people.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that gets your blood pressure up, but not your heart rate. I mean, there's a difference there.
It does get the heart rate up.
I mean, you're going to have a heart attack arguing with Ray.
Well,
and you pick the fights because you're a bully.
I had to go in there and
pick a fight with Ray today.
No, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yes, no. I went in there today. Yesterday, I had to pay you off in beer.
Yes.
Well, I was telling Ray, I was giving him a hard time because he hates New England. He's a big Buffalo Bills fan.
Oh, here we go.
And I said, man, that Drake May's going to look really good when he's holding up that Lombardi trophy. I was saying that all week last week. So I had to go in and, with my tail between my legs. And
you went for the low-hanging fruit, did you?
Well, I lost.
You did to me, but to Ray, you pissed him off by saying.
Well, I like pissing Ray off because it's easy to do. Funny story. I'm talking to Ray today. And remember yesterday, Minix, you might not remember, we were talking about the odds to win the Super Bowl next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Buffalo was 2 or 3.
Yep.
Favorite.
Yep.
And I'm going, I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. So I asked Ray, I said, Ray, take your heart out of it. Tell me, I said, we were talking about this yesterday on the show, and come on, Buffalo shouldn't be 2 or 3 as the favorite. And so, what are you talking about? Wait a minute, he's going all over the place. And I'm like, I said, Ray, take your heart out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he's not going to do that. But those Buffalo Bill fans are just kind of weird.
And you made fun of your guy Ray because Sam Darnold and Drake May make the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. You just replaced Dak Prescott with Josh Allen just to piss off Ray.
Well, I could have gone with Josh Allen. I could have gone with Justin Herbert.
But you went with his quarterback because
I did,
you're
of course.
Low-hanging fruit and you're a bully.
Well,
you just like to pick fights.
It is true though, and that's got to piss you off.
Well, it is true.
Right? It's got to piss you off. I mean, come on. Drake May made it before Dak Prescott.
He made it before C.J. Stroud, too.
And C.J. Stroud,
you want to pick on all the scabs.
Well, of course. Yes, that's what we do.
And C.J. could have won one this year.
Well, he could have.
He could have.
I could have won the lottery, too. I mean, dude.
Did you play the lottery?
I did.
Okay.
Made it before Cam Ward.
Well, he did. Yeah, he sure did. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there. Cam's, though, he's got a new coach, and they're going to rebuild that thing pretty quickly. Probably win that division next year, I would imagine.
Probably win
Sounds
that
like a
division.
beer bet.
What?
Probably win that division.
That sounds like a beer bet to me.
I don't know. That division's going to be tough, and I would put Houston no higher than second. Jacksonville's going to be the cream of the crop of that division, and I think the Titans will be better. Indianapolis Colts have a lot of talent. They just don't have a quarterback. So we'll see. And the Houston Texans don't have a quarterback either. So there's that.
I'm glad you cracked yourself up.
My best memory of C.J. Stroud is when he's looking up and he goes, whoop, throws it straight up in the air so they could pick it right off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's, yeah. We have too much fun on this show. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Way too much fun. I do. I have a blast on this show.
Are you going to take up the beer bet with Pledge?
Well, I don't know yet.
I mean, you can go buy him the beer today.
No, I think that one I'll keep to myself. Let's see what happens in the offseason. Free agent period, draft, all of that stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I do like Robert Saleh, though, as a head coach of the Titans. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Shereen Williams.
I'm glad it's February. We'll see how you're feeling about him in October.
Exactly. That's the truth.
He was a bum with the Jets.
I don't even know
should have known he was going to be a bum with the Titans.
I don't even know if I'll have to wait till October. About the third week in September. We'll know.
Hey, it's the third week in September. You'll stay. It's still early.
Nah, not if they're.
It's early.
We'll
I
see.
know you too well.
We'll see.
Remember,
We'll see.
Dan Campbell was 1-7 at one point in his second year, and people were talking about him being fired.
I know.
Before they turned it around in Detroit that season.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see. They can turn it around pretty quick. Look at Seattle and New England. Boom. Just like that.
Just what the Cowboys want to do.
That's exactly what they want to do. Been trying for 30 years to do that. Hadn't worked out too well, though, has it?
And it's next year is going to be different.
Sure.
Next year is going to be different.
I love that. That's a battle cry. You talk about having a T-shirt. That's what we should have. You'd sell a ton of those.
You think I'm an idiot?
You think Shereen Williams would buy one of those?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, we'll ask her because she joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your heater, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. In a week like this, You might need your AC. You might need your heater. Quarter Moon, if you got an issue, is the company to call. Plumbing issues, man, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have, all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. And I know you're not thinking about the AC in the summer months yet, but put it on your schedule to get done. Maintenance for your AC because, it's that time of year. Our winter is almost over here in Texas. Call Quarter Moon 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle, and the Spurs
back in action, kicking off the Rodeo Road Trip. How'd they do against the Lakers, and how will they do against Golden State?
The work continues for the Cowboys. They got to stock the fridge with a bunch of new defensive coaches and talent. We'll talk about how they're going to get there and so much more. It's going to be a fun time. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, the offseason is underway. The Super Bowl is over. Offseason is underway. And it looks like, at least baby steps, Jerry Jones is doing some things maybe a little bit different. We can only help. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And let's talk about it with the great Shireen Williams from ProFootballTalk.com joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Although, Shireen, before we get into what the Cowboys offseason could look like, because we've got weeks to talk about that, talk to you in San Francisco there on Radio Row. I just want to get your thoughts with all the noise about the Hall of Fame voting process. After the class was announced, what was the reaction you as a voter were hearing from Hall of Famers, from other voters, and just in general what you were hearing around San Francisco?
Yeah, I think everybody was pleased with the class aside from the one glaring omission, and it was glaring. And, you know, I wish I could say that it didn't overshadow those who did get in because they deserve their moment, especially a guy like Roger Craig who's waited 28 years for this. But, I think it was a good class. I just wish, Bill Belichick was going in with them. If he was, I would say this is one of the better classes we've had in a really long time. Just some greats, and I think you'd see a great turnout I still think you'll see a great turnout, but I just think if Belichick was there, it would be something special. But he's not, and so I imagine that he'll be in the class of 2027. But we'll see what happens there. But for now, it is what it is with the class that we have. But pretty darn good class. Anytime you have skill position players, I think that is kind of a more sexy class, so to speak, than sometimes when we don't. Like last year's was hard, to be honest, for me to get up for.
Shireen, I saw something, an article, I don't know, a day or two after the class was announced that said there could be some changes in the voting. Have you heard anything about that, and would you be in favor of something like that?
Well, I think the process has to change. I think probably some voters have to change after what transpired. It's up to them what they do, what they want, and there was a reason they went to this format of voting, especially when we're talking about the contributor, coach, and the seniors all in the same pool, and you pick 3 of the 5. In the last 2 years, we've gotten one of those in. Last year, it was Sterling Sharp. This year, it was Roger Craig. So it's obvious that the coach and the contributor are going to have a hard time getting into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as it stands now. And so I don't even know why you would continue to have those categories if they're not going to go in. Just put them in with, lump them in. Just pick 3 out of those 5 and make them, 3 finalists, or, put them with modern era, whatever you want to do, which is what they used to be. But I just don't know that the coach and contributor, I do think Belichick goes in next year, but after that, I don't know. I mean, Mike Homer didn't get in last year. Buddy Parker didn't get in the year before. So I just think that coach and a contributor are going to have a really tough time getting into the Hall of Fame the way it is right now. But I do think there has to be changes. I think there will be changes. Now, I don't know if those changes will be – it's going to be a tight timeline, and I also think that they've approved this thing for 3 years, the format the way it is. So I'm not sure these changes are going to be for the class of 2027. I think it may be more for the class of 2028. But again, I don't know. I'm purely speculating as everyone else is, other than what we've heard from Jim Porter, who's the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
When you think about what Jim Porter has said – do you as a voter have any input on the process, or you're just given the marching orders and the bylaws and you're a voter and that's all it is?
Well, I'm going to sit down this week and I'm going to send out a long email for, what I would propose if it was up to me, and they will listen. And we always have a post Zoom call, so to speak, a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks after the announcement of the class. So I imagine that we're going to do that in the next couple of weeks. We will maybe either before the combine or after the combine meet, and we'll get our say in the meeting. I would propose, alternating however you do it, and I don't think there's that many contributors, but maybe go coach, senior, contributor, or something like that over a 5-year period, like some sort of rotation. If you're worried about the class size, and then just vote yes or no on if it's 2 seniors, 1 senior, whatever you want to make it. Just vote yes or no, up or down on those categories, and make it easier for those to go in, and then maybe keep modern era the way you have it now, with you vote down to 7 and then vote 5 of the 7. And I think, probably transparency is probably coming to find out how everyone voted in the final vote. I think that's probably going to be something that's going to be discussed as well. But there will be a discussion, and we'll see if they listen. But ultimately, it's up to them to set the rules, and we follow the rules. And if you don't like the rules, then you get off the committee. I've been on it 20 years and have seen numerous changes to the process and the way they do things, and numerous changes to the selectors and the number of selectors. So whatever they want to do, I'm sure I will remain on the committee. If they want me on the committee, I'm sure I will remain on the committee. I'd like to stay on at least until Jason Witten and hopefully Darren Woodson get into the Hall of Fame. I really want to see that happen. And as long as they aren't in the Hall of Fame, I would really like to stay on and be a proponent for those 2 guys.
Well, that's awesome, and they both deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame. And it will be interesting to see if there are any changes and what those changes are. All right, Shireen, I've had to eat a lot of humble pie the last couple of days because I guess I'm the only fool that picked the New England Patriots to win this thing. Your overall thoughts on what we saw on Sunday?
Not surprising. I picked it 27-10, so pretty close to how it turned out. I mean, the Patriots didn't play a real good schedule, to be honest. The AFC rosters from every single team in the AFC is a mess. They all have their problems. I think Buffalo probably would have given the Seahawks the best game simply because they have Josh Allen, but their defense is a mess. Their receivers are a mess. The Patriots' offensive line's a mess, as we saw. So the roster building in the AFC has not been very good. The roster is frankly better in the NFC, although some of the quarterbacks in the AFC are better than the quarterbacks in the NFC. But Drake May couldn't do anything against that defense with his offensive line the way they were. And even if their offensive line had been good, I'm not sure that he would have done enough for them to win that game. But he just didn't have a chance with the way that offensive line is constructed. So they got some work to do this offseason, as do most of the teams in the AFC. Have work to do to kind of get those rosters built better. And frankly, I think the Houston Texans should be kicking themselves. They had the best opportunity they've ever had, and maybe the best opportunity they ever will have to get to the Super Bowl this year if C.J. Stroud just doesn't turn the ball over. And of course, he turned the ball over. They were every bit as good as Seattle. Had the same sort of team. Seattle had 28 turnovers in the regular season. They had none in the playoffs, and that's why they got to the Super Bowl. That's why they won the Super Bowl. Houston could have done the exact same thing if C.J. Stroud. I'm writing a Deshaun Watson story, so I keep thinking. So I got Deshaun Watson on the brain. But if C.J. Stroud had not turned the ball over, I think the Houston Texans would have been there, and maybe they could have given, again, if he doesn't turn the ball over, maybe they give Seattle a better game.
Yep, I've said that. I agree with that. The what if. The what ifing in the offseason for Houston Texans fans is going to be strong this year.
Yeah.
As Cowboy fans, we understand the what if off seasons as we visit with Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. L.A. next year, then Atlanta, and then they will announce the upcoming Super Bowls soon. I've heard Dallas. I've heard Vegas is a potential for 63. I'm just curious your thoughts on San Francisco as a host city, because I know from my experiences it was kind of a disaster the way they had it set up. What did you think of San Francisco this year as a host city?
Yeah, I hope it didn't go back there as it was this year. It was too spread out and just didn't have that Super Bowl vibe about it. I love being in the city. We were in the city from Sunday to Friday, and then we moved out to Mountain View wanted to be closer to the stadium. We were 6 miles from the stadium in Mountain View, close to Palo Alto. So, you know, it was just too spread out. It was just not, for me, it was just not an enjoyable experience, frankly, compared to some others. And so unless they, and I don't remember it being this bad 10 years ago. So unless they make some of the changes, I'm not positive that I want it back there. But you've got to give it to Nashville at some point, too. Don't forget about that. They're opening their new stadium. So whether it's, you know, Vegas and then Nashville or however they're going to do it, Nashville's going to be in there at some point coming up in the next 3 or 4 years.
Well, that's interesting, but what about Jerry World? I mean, is that back in the mix and anytime soon, in your opinion?
I don't think so. I would like to see it happen. I'd like to see us get another shot at it from, you know, people say, oh, what's the weather? They don't realize that was a once in a blue moon storm that we had, and you know, then they don't get the seats up, and then they get the lawsuit. But that was still the most financially successful Super Bowl in NFL history. They made $1 gazillion, and if you compare it to the seats at Jerry World compared to what the seats they have in Vegas, Vegas is one of the smallest stadiums they've ever had it in. It's one of the smallest crowds. They lose a lot of money, those owners do, going to Vegas, but they like going to Vegas. But the amount of seats and suites that they have, they don't make a ton of money. I mean, ton being relative, but they make way more money in Arlington than they make in Las Vegas. So you would think, based on that we would get another opportunity. I think the opportunity comes perhaps when they go to 18 games, because then everything's pushed back, and I think you're out of that window where there's a chance for an ice storm, which I think we're almost out of now. So if it's another week later than what it is, which next year it's going to be on February 14th. President's Day will be the next day. So everybody gets a holiday the next day after the Super Bowl. I think if it was like that late in February, I think you're safe with the weather. And so I think the move to 18 games will help Arlington's chances immensely to get the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I remember being in Minnesota. So the little ice in Dallas, although it did shut the city down, and Super Bowl 45 was, but, you know, it's at some point Jerry is going to try to convince to have another one while he's still around. And speaking of Jerry, he did talk to some reporters Thursday right before NFL honors, and one quote that I saw in a Joseph Hoyt article in the Dallas Morning News from Jerry about ending the 30-year drought. Quote, I didn't expect necessarily these teams to be in this game, but I saw how they got there. And a big part of that was spending money in free agency. Both the Seahawks and Patriots did that. Seeing the Christian Parker hire, seeing how Jerry seems to be handling this offseason differently than in the past, do you think he will be a player in free agency?
I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I mean, we heard all in, 2 years ago, and we heard all in again last year, and it didn't happen. So I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I mean, he can talk all he wants, and he talks a good game, but until they go out and spend, I'm not going to believe anything he says, to be honest. It's just all talk. I hope they do. I hope they spend money. If they do, I think they have a chance to turn it around very quickly. You just got to make your defense better. You got to go get some edge rushers. You got to spend those 2 first-round draft picks on defensive players. And I think your defense is going to be much better in a hurry. And you re-sign George Pickens, and your offense is as good as it was last year. And I think you got a chance. I think they have a chance to do what Seattle did this year, what New England did this year. I think they have a chance to go get in the Super Bowl.
You know, Shireen, that's interesting you say that, signed George Pickens. I mean, it's been announced that the rumor has it that they're going to tag him. Doesn't mean that they can't sign him to an extension, obviously, but they're going to have to, though, aren't they? You can't keep Pickens on that franchise tag because it just costs too much money.
Correct. I would think they would try to sign. There's lots of options you have on the tag. It basically buys you more time, but you can try to force him to play on the tag, which you're right. It would be much less if they would sign him to an extension, which is probably the best scenario, to sign him to an extension. He would be happier with that, and the Cowboys would have less of a cap hit for sure. And you can tag him and trade him. And you also can tag him, and if it's July 15th, I think it is, deadline comes to pass and you don't sign into a long-term deal, you can give him more money to entice him to come in and promise not to tag him the next year. So there are various things you can do. But, yes, 100%, the best scenario is for the Cowboys to sign him to a long-term deal and reduce that salary cap hit.
What they need to do, and we get all off season to talk about it until they actually get it done. Until next week, we'll see what comes out of Cowboy country and see what rumors start flying, because we know Jerry won't stay quiet. So we'll have plenty to talk about every Tuesday. Shireen, glad you survived Super Bowl week. Look forward to talking to you next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. The great Shireen Williams on Twitter at NFL Shireen, and, of course, read her at ProFootballTalk.com on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at BuyersBarricades.com.
To me, and Shireen's right. I mean, I think every Cowboy fan's going to have to see it to believe it, that Jerry's actually going to spend some money. But this George Pickens thing, I think could get sticky. And I really believe that. And again, you know, it'd be the easy thing to do, just sign him to an extension and get that done. You know what you've got to work with after that. But, well, that's just not the Cowboy way.
It's not, but this year could be different.
Well, it could be different. Or are you better off trading the guy and getting more draft picks and maybe a player or two? Who knows? But, again, we've got all offseason to talk about that. That is for sure. Hey, the Spurs kick off their rodeo road trip tonight in Los Angeles against a banged-up, bruised Lakers squad. We're going to talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we go, though, I want to let you know that you need to make plans to come out and see us tomorrow at Novo Brazil Brewery. It's attached to North Star Mall. It's right there. It's got its own entrance. You don't have to go into the mall. You can go right from the parking lot into the place. Food is great. It is fantastic. They've got all kinds of craft beers. They've got regular beer, too, on tap and in the bottle, in the can, all of that stuff. And the food is great. The food is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't been out to Novo yet, and I know a lot of you have not, I have been, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm sold on this place. It is a great place to go. There's TVs all over the place. So if you got a game you want to watch, the Spurs game. It'd be a perfect place to go in there and have a few drinks and some food and watch the Spurs game. It's a great place. Not only that, I want you to come out there tomorrow because you have to be out there to win a great prize. We're going to register, folks, to give away tickets to go see Post Malone and Jelly Roll. They're going to be at McLean Stadium in Waco on Sunday, May 19th. But you have to come in and register in person. It's not a phone call. It's not on YouTube. You have to come in and register in person. Come on out and see us. Hey, it's hump day. Come on out and party on a hump day. It's going to be great. A lot of fun out there. It's Novo Brazil Brewery. It's attached to North Star Mall. The Blitz is live there tomorrow, 2 to 6. Come see us.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and Ansira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-575-6879. 800-575-6879.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
The largest gun show in San Antonio is at the Shriner Auditorium this weekend. Texas Gun Shows is open this Friday from 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at the Shriner Auditorium on 1604 this Friday through Sunday.
I don't know who that goofball was. Some goofy dude laughing like that. I know it. It's crazy. Spurs Rodeo Road Trip begins tonight with a stop in Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. By the way, we've got a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. If you haven't voted there yet, it's a very simple process. Go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, like, subscribe, and then you can vote. We've got 99 votes, so we need a few more to make this thing official, although it looks like the consensus, Jason Minix, is 1 to 2 losses out of the 9 games the Spurs are going to play.
Sorry, dude. These J-Lo pictures just keep showing up on my timeline.
J-Lo
Have
pictures?
you seen the J-Lo pictures that have been posted today? Every time I open Twitter, they're there. Sorry, I got a little distracted.
Well, the algorithm, yeah.
It's from TMZ. I don't know.
Sure.
J-Lo hit the gram with some new workout pics.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, too.
I don't think she was working out, but she clearly has been.
Well, look, J-Lo's always looked pretty good. I mean, let's face it. And now she's, what, about your age, maybe a little older?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how old she is.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the best J-Lo story out there, though.
Well, I'm just saying, this was many moons ago. The first time I worked here, I worked at KTFM on the other side of the hallway. I was going back and forth between KTSA and KTFM, and it was when they were shooting the movie Selena, and they wanted to fill the Alamo Dome to make it look like the Houston Rodeo.
Yep.
And so she came in, and she wasn't very kind. I'll just say that. I mean, she was kind of a rare. But as she was being interviewed by Drex, I'm standing back there. I was just a goofball sports guy. Although I think I did ask a question or two, but the view was nice from where I was standing.
Well, because the way that studio was set up back then, where you were sitting and she was standing during the interview?
Yes.
And you were sitting kind of staring at her ass the whole time.
Well, I'm not going to admit that. It was a long time ago.
I know how that studio was set up. And
well, I mean, if you got to be in there and you're just sitting there, you might as well have something to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't offer the guest a chair.
No. Well,
No.
I can't remember whether they did or not because Drex didn't sit a lot.
No.
He stood
that
up a
studio
lot.
everybody was standing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a great interview, and we filled the Alamo Dome.
Yep.
For that shot, for that scene. If you've seen the movie Selena, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it was supposed to be the Houston Rodeo, but they shot it here in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Movies.
I know
Movies.
it. I know it.
But J-Lo was in the building.
She was.
Joe Reiniger was this close to her backside.
A young J-Lo. I think with Selena was like our first movie, although she was on some shows, I think. But, yeah, I don't know.
All right, the poll is now at 102 votes. 52% think the Spurs will have 1 to 2 losses on this 9-game trip. 33 say 3 to 4 losses. 11% say undefeated. 4% say under 500.
Who was that? Brian Wright and Mitch Johnson and Keldon Johnson?
Well, tonight should be a win for the Spurs because the Lakers are sitting everybody. No LeBron, no Luka tonight. And with LeBron, it will be a big deal. Whether you think he would have earned it or not, this is game 18 that he has missed. And he has said he's not playing in the second night of back-to-backs. But this will officially eliminate him from any postseason honor. So he cannot make an All-NBA team, which will end a streak of 21 years. And he wouldn't have gotten any other postseason award. But All-NBA would certainly be in play for him, but not now. He won't be eligible because not enough games played.
Well, hey, that's his choice, I guess. He could have played. He played last night, played pretty decent.
He said he doesn't play in back-to-backs anymore.
Well, he's old.
That's
what happens when you're old.
Bronny has earned it.
I mean, DNP old.
DNP old. That's exactly right.
DNP old.
No question about it.
Let's do our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine online at TSAOG.com. Let's welcome on the Buyers Barricades guest line, Dr. Harrison Schofield. And, Doc, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. Speaking of old, I was in San Francisco last week on Super Bowl Radio Row with our morning host, Rob Thompson, who's about 5 years late on getting a knee replacement done. At what point do you decide enough is enough? I've got to go and get that surgery done.
Hey, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for having me on. It's really just how much of the pain you can put up with. You never have to get the knee replacement done. It's all about, what your quality of life is like, what things it's limiting you doing, up until that point. There's a bunch of different things you can do. You can get, injections into the knee, medications, but Usually you'll know when it's time. That's when it's, you put up the white flag after it's been affecting enough of your daily activities enough to go through the surgery. And, most people are really happy once they finally end up doing it.
Well, that's a good question, Doc. I mean, what are you kind of back to normal? Can you do everyday things like, for example, play golf or maybe jog with a knee replacement?
So definitely golf is doable, and you can do most things. There are some people that jog on a knee replacement. It's generally not advisable. It's still never the same as your knee when you were 21. It's a metal and plastic pieces, and they can wear out over time. So doing things like jogging can definitely wear it out faster than if you were to not jog. So usually that's not recommended, but, going back playing tennis, golf, riding your bike, working out, doing all those kind of things are definitely still doable. And then most people get back to doing all those things they like to do.
Now, Rob is not going to jog. I know you don't know him, but he's not going to jog. But one of his excuses was, because he wants to do his right one first, he said that I won't be able to drive for a long time. And I'm like, I think, you might have got some advice from 25 years ago. How quickly are people back to work, back to driving when they get a knee replacement done?
Yeah, that's a great question. We actually don't have a lot of great evidence on when it's a perfect time to go back to driving. What I will typically tell my patients is that, after surgery, obviously you're in a fair bit of pain, especially for the first 2 weeks. So usually, particularly on the right knee, 2 weeks in, you probably are not able to drive just because you're still taking some of the higher narcotic pain medications. And then I usually just tell people, you just need to be able to feel like you need to be able to react quickly in an emergency situation and can drive safely. So at 2 weeks, if you feel comfortable driving and you can go to a parking lot and react quickly and feel like you can do that, then that's usually okay. But we don't have great evidence on, if like reaction time or anything like that, after knee replacements. But that's typically how I advise my patients.
Yeah, I didn't mean for this to be a complete conversation of knee replacements, but I am curious. when you're in the operating room, Doc, how long does a surgery typically last for a knee replacement?
Typically, surgery time is about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, wow.
Kind of in that time range. There's a little bit more time. Your full day of surgery, is you're there for a few hours, kind of getting ready. And then doing the surgery, and then several hours waking up. Certainly, it's your full day. And then a lot of people, especially if you're young and healthy, can just go home the same day and have the therapist come out to your house the next day and start working with you. And you can get up and walk on the knee the same day right after surgery. So, but definitely, there's a lot of pain and recovery that goes into it. You're kind of back to really doing things you want to do. Usually, it's about 3 months, but usually people are feeling a lot better than they were before by 6 to 8 weeks or so.
And again, steering the conversation away from what we normally do, Rob was complaining, bitching so much, but a friend of mine had a knee replacement surgery done last week at TSAOG because he posted his photos on Facebook, and I'm like, Rob, look, man, Jeff just did his. And I know he did his second one. After he got his first one done, he couldn't wait to get the second one done. And you're on the road to recovery. Quit complaining and go book the appointment and get it done, which is what needs to ultimately happen. And I know there's a lot of people listening right now that are probably going through the same thing. Put it off until your pain tolerance says, I can't anymore. It's not as bad as it used to be. Now, speaking of pain tolerance, I think, watching the Super Bowl, Will Campbell was a turnstile there on the left side of the Patriots offensive line. Yeah. And then it comes out afterwards, he tore a ligament in his knee at some point during the season, so he wasn't 100%. You buy in that excuse?
Yeah, it seems a little bit convenient after that performance, but yeah. What I saw was a grade 3 MCL, which, could definitely affect your performance if that's not all the way healed up, for sure. And that, MCL injuries usually the vast majority of the time will heal without needing any surgery. But, if he's not all the way 100%, definitely that makes cutting and pivoting much, much harder. Trying to get back to stop that defensive front that was coming after him. But yeah, it does seem a little bit convenient, but certainly if that's true, that would maybe explain why he was having a tough time.
All right, best guess, Doc, and I'm not going to hold you to this, I promise, but Drake May Practiced all week, said his shoulder was fine, but yet we find out after the game he took a shot in his shoulder to numb the pain. Why do you think that was?
Like what was his injury, you think? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it was his shoulder, right? His throwing shoulder.
Yeah, right.
They kept saying he was fine, but yet he needed a shot before the game.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously not totally fine. I mean, the common things, among throwers particularly would be something called a slap tear, which is a tear to the top part of your labrum, which is kind of inside the shoulder joint. And a lot of times those can be asymptomatic in throwers, but then also very often can become symptomatic. And then some of the other reports I saw is that maybe he had a partial thickness rotator cuff tear. The rotator cuff muscles and tendons being the muscle tendons that surround your shoulder joint and help keep it in the socket. And you can get some partial tearing, which is basically just kind of fraying, which also can be asymptomatic. A lot of times it can become symptomatic. So that would be my best guess, and a lot of times both those things can get better with time and therapy and recovery. But obviously he was, still having some symptoms if he's needing a shot right before surgery or right before the game. So, that certainly could have been something that affected his performance as well.
And Doc, Lindsey Vonn, we all know the story. Courageous to go try to ski on a leg with the ruptured ACL. She said that wasn't the issue. She clipped that gate and now has a complex tibia fracture that will require multiple surgeries to fix properly, is what she wrote in a social media post. What is a complex tibia fracture that's going to require multiple surgeries?
Yeah, you have to hand it to her for getting out there and trying to ski just 9 days after an ACL. I thought that report was crazy when I saw it initially before her injury, but pretty impressive that she even got out there and tried to do it. But yeah, from what I've seen, it sounds like a tibial plateau fracture. It means that the tibia is the bottom part of the knee or the shin bone that goes up into the knee, and then a complex tibial plateau fracture. The plateau being the actual joint portion of the knee. And it sounds like to me sometimes these can be complex and very swollen initially after the injury. So you have to give them time to calm down for a bit. So you put on what's called an external fixator, which are pins that go into the bone with bars going outside, basically just to hold everything in general alignment while things kind of calm down, and then you can go in and do surgery later, which would be with plates and screws to get the bones all back into the right position. So I'm not completely sure, but based on the reports that I've read, that's what it kind of generally sounds like. Those are definitely very serious injuries, can take a very long time to recover from, and very often people don't get all the way back to full recovery and develop what's called post-traumatic arthritis, or basically kind of arthritis, just like we were talking about earlier in the knee, but after a traumatic injury. And on top of that, I believe that's the same knee that she has the ACL in, and so you can't really address those generally at the same time. So even after all that heals, maybe having to come back and try to address the ACL in the future as well. So definitely very sad to hear it. Super tough injury to watch. After such a great career, it's hard to see her go out that way.
Absolutely. Dr. Harrison Schofield, always appreciate the knowledge, insight, and the free medical advice for Rob Thompson.
Yeah, tell him to go ahead and do it.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. Dr. Harrison Schofield on the Buyers Barricades guest line with our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com.
Make plans to come see us tomorrow. We'll be out at Novo Brewery. It's attached to North Star Mall. It's got its own entrance out there. Come out and see us. The Blitz will be live from 2 to 6, and we've got tickets we're going to be giving away to Jelly Roll and Post Malone. You have to register there, though. You have to come and register physically. Pledge, you got a show tonight? James Pledger is coming up next year on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob will get you going in the morning huddle at 6 a.m., and Minix and I will be at Novo at 2 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Florida.